live. My internet kind of sucks too. We are live now. There we go. I just kind of sit back for a few minutes, let people join in and start making comments. And that way I know people are actually watching. And then
Yeah,
what they don't catch tonight, they can go back and catch it on video. So
that's right. I watch. Sometimes I get into them, and about 2 or 3 hours into them, I've had a little too much, and I have to watch it the next day to see what
hey,
see what I don't remember.
the bad part of it for me is like, how bad was I? How drunk did I get? The
Drunk
other night
enough.
we were on the other night. I went into the house, was getting ready for bed. Couldn't find my phone. I was going to put it on the charger. I was like, well, fuck, I don't know where I put my phone. Fuck it, I'll get it in the morning. It took me half a day to find the damn thing.
Once they die, you can't do nothing to find them
No,
either.
I had people calling it. Went straight to voicemail. Like, God dang it.
Yep.
When Cassie hooked me up with this deal where you can, it's an app you can use. It'll find your phone for you. It'll also make a ring for it.
Hmm.
But I never did find it that way. It kept searching, never did find it. And I started trying to remember what the hell I did and what I didn't do. And I went back and I threw it on the bed and it slid past the headboard and went back behind the headboard on the bed on the floor. I'm like, well, God damn it.
Yeah, I lose mine, and of course mine's company provided, so I get in a little bit of a panic mode just because I don't want to have to pay for it.
Right, right. Yeah. Last company I worked for, they paid for half of my phone, half the bill.
Hmm.
And because I always had to have it on hand in case somebody got in a bind or whatever, and I had to be able to answer, you know. And yeah, I've been there a couple times getting panic mode. Fuck, where's my
Yeah,
phone?
yeah. I left mine at a rest area one time, and wound up there was no good exit to get back to that rest area.
Oh
Wound
shit!
up parking the car in the emergency lane and running across about six lanes of highway there in Tennessee to get to it.
Oh man!
Yeah, you got
I've
to do what you got to do.
I've been on. I used to buy and sell college books, and I'd go on campus to talk with professors and stuff. I used one of the bathrooms one day and I left my phone sitting on top of the toilet paper thing. I got halfway across campus and realized I forgot my phone. I went back to get it. It was gone. I'm freaking out, man. Fuck, somebody took my phone. And then this guy walked up to me. Did you forget something? He knew it was mine.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. Hey, Chad. How you doing, buddy?
Let's see here.
Are you on your phone, Terry?
No, I'm on a laptop.
Cool,
Yeah.
cool. I was gonna say, if you can you see the captions? Okay, the
I don't
comments.
see, I don't see any captions, but I got a second laptop I was going to open up so I could see the comments and stuff.
Okay, all right,
But it
that's cool. What I'll try to do is when people make comments, I try to highlight them so it shows it like that. Can you see that?
yeah.
Okay.
No, I got my daughter down here asking me if I want mac and cheese.
I had mac and cheese last night.
Well, they'd have mac and cheese every day, I think, if we could buy enough, but I
That's
don't
a
like
good.
it that much.
James Cole has a question for you.
How long does it normally take to age with your lids? Typically, what I do, it depends on what I'm aging. For my flavor, my palate, I like to go about 2 months on brandies, and I'll do about 3 months on any whiskeys that I'm going to age. I've let stuff go longer. I've got this Knob Creek used lid up here. It's been going about 5 months, and I've opened it up and tasted it, It's not quite where I want it to be, and I imagine it's just because it's a used barrel head lid. So
Right.
we may need to go 6 or 7 months on that one. It's coming along nicely. It's just not where I want it yet.
Cool. I Speaking of that, there's a couple things I want to comment on that. uh, that was a Knob Creek lid, right?
Yes, sir.
That's what I'm drinking tonight.
Yeah, that's some good stuff. You had their rye.
No, I haven't. No, I haven't. I don't. I've
It's
made
really
this
good.
several times. About it took me years to appreciate rye. The
Yeah.
older I got, the more I appreciated it.
Mhm.
And the lady I had on here, Erica Unruh, she made a rye and sent it to me, and I tried it. It was really good. It was delicious. I was like, so I asked her, I said, Erica, what was your percentage of rye? She said 90%.
Holy shit.
I called her out on it. I said, Lisa, or Erica, there's no way this is 90% rye. She looked at me and I felt bad. She told me it's because the aged for 7 years. That's why. I was like, oh, shit. I felt so, but it was the smoothest rye I ever had, especially for 90% rye.
Mm-hmm. That's a lot. Now
Um,
I've got one bourbon that I make that is 35% rye, and it's real good and smooth. But
that
even
sounds
for a
about
bourbon,
right.
that's kind of high rye for a bourbon too.
Right.
But if you watch any of Alan Bishop's videos, he talks about rye, and he talks about uh, a lot of people don't like it, but it's because they're pulling it off the still at the wrong temp, not letting it come through the copper long enough, letting
Yeah.
some of that more volatile stuff kind of cook off before you condense it. So it
That's good. That's good to know. In fact, he's one that I've been wanting to get on a podcast as well. Very knowledgeable guy. I know you know him, and that guy knows the shit.
yeah, I watch a lot of his stuff, and it's he's pretty knowledgeable. So he's
Yeah,
really knowledgeable. I don't want to say pretty knowledgeable. I don't want to
very.
down. Yeah.
I want to back up here a second, make sure we didn't miss anything. Apple Rye, hello, man. Chad, that's Slacks. Doing good. Finish off with the banana rum today. It's quality. That's good. Slacks, that's awesome. Chad Lucas is Slacks on TikTok.
Okay.
I met him through TikTok, as a matter of fact. I can't even talk. Thank you, Nelly. How's everyone doing? White Daddy says he wants some mac and cheese. Chad, Slacks, no, unfortunately, until yesterday, or actually it was Friday, I was going to go to Bar the Model. And I had every intention to, and I got slapped with some stuff that unforeseen, and it's going to cost me some money and time, so I'm not going to go. I hate it. I wanted to go so badly, but I just can't make it, buddy. Mike Brand says hello or howdy. My rye is better. Bloody Butcher, barley, and rye for Rye Daddy. Lisa Day's here. Hey, Lisa. So, what gave you the idea to start doing this with the lids?
I never had to make anything until I got somewhere where I didn't know anybody. I moved around a little bit for work. Um, I was born and raised in Kentucky, lived in West Virginia for a while. And when I got down here where I'm at, I didn't know anybody. And we was back home. We was up in Eastern Ohio, West Virginia area a couple years ago. And a family member gave me some that he had made. It was a sour mash that he had made. Man, it was good. And I asked him how he made it. And I thought, well, hell, I can do that. And I was wrong. It he made it sound easier than it was. But when I started making it, I started getting some decent white product. I thought, man, it'd be cool to age some stuff. But you get a little 5-gallon still. You're running about 4 gallons of mash at a time, and you want to fill a 5-gallon barrel or something. Good Lord, that's a lot of work. Yeah, you're looking at, especially if you're doing double distillation, you're running 3 runs to get enough to put back in your pot to do a spirit run. Then you come out, you got about a gallon and a half or so of something that's worth putting in the barrel. So you're looking at about 12, 13, 14 runs just to fill that
Right.
5 gallon barrel.
Yeah.
And
What you want to keep aside or sell, right?
yeah, and you want some to sit around and sip on. So, it's a little disheartening. It's a little discouraging. And I thought, man, there's got to be a lot of guys out there like me that love doing this. They want to
I'm
get some
one.
better results. Yeah, want to get some better results, but can't fill a barrel. I tried chips, I tried staves, I tried all that stuff, and I it was okay.
Yeah,
And
I agree.
I thought, man, is there a way that I could make something for these mason jars? And trust me, I busted a few mason jars trying to get the tolerance right to get it where when the wood expanded, it didn't bust the jar. But that was it. That was basically my motivation, was just to make something affordable that guys running small stills. It ain't that hard to fill a quart jar or a half-gallon jar or even a pint jar.
Right,
And these lids, depending on the size jar you put them on, you'll age it quicker or slower. So it
right. Yeah, and we talked. You and I had talked about that briefly, and I totally agree. There's some like me. I run a 20-gallon mash, but it's still to fill it. I got this 15-gallon still or 15-gallon drum barrel. That's going to take me forever to fill that thing, and which it has. And like you said, it's going to take run after run after run. But you could do something like I could take 2 or 3 quarts and put in a half-gallon jar and put that lid on there and age it just the way I want to, right?
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's, you take, if you're doing stripping runs with say a 5 gallon or an 8 gallon still, and, we're even a one and done with a thumper or something to kind of clean it up, you can put some product in a half-gallon jar, let it sit around a few months, still have a little product to sip on, and be good to go. Get some decent results.
Right.
That these lids, they're about as close to replicating a barrel, I think, as a barrel is. You get some micro oxidization and all that, some air exchange. You'll see them. They'll just, I've got one back here that it's got some of the sugars leaking through the head and stuff, just like a barrel does. And I mean, I've
Well,
get great results with them.
you saying that, let me share some picture, or a picture, or a couple of pictures.
Yeah.
One of the things I really liked about some of the pictures that you sent me and that I got, it shows the char. Let's see, yeah, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool. And how you get it to the exact size, man? That's like you said, it's got to expand, and then it's going to vary too when you get like one of those. I see you got from a whiskey barrel.
Yeah.
And,
yeah, that was a Buffalo Trace head there. I got pretty lucky with that one and managed to get some Buffalo Trace barrel heads. They went pretty quick. So
cool. I'll bet they
anytime
do.
I can, I try to, anytime I can, I will give up the number of lids I can make just to try and get like those barrel head stamps and stuff on there for people. So that one I probably could have made more lids had I not been particular about where I cut it, just to be able to get that on there for people.
There's a couple here. I think one of them I have shows where it's actually linking through the lid. See if I can find it. Yeah, that one
that's the one that's right behind me. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's cool. I mean, you see that all the time when you look at barrels and their age of their barrels. You see that. I've watched the Prohibition, all these guys, everyone. You'll see that. That's good. I've been to distillery where you see that leakage a little bit, but it also helps seal it up too with the expansion, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah,
that's
awesome. Just some good exchange, there between the product in there and the air outside, and it's that one will be especially good, I think. So I'm looking forward to it.
James Cole asked
I think
a question.
Yeah.
He's wanting to know where you can get your order. Where can you go to order your lids? I had
You
it
can
earlier.
hit me up on Facebook, or you can hit me up on Facebook, or you can go to hillbillybarrels@yahoo.com, or even TikTok. I'm having a website made, but it's being made by one of my kids, so it's not the fastest process in the world. So
He's got more priorities, right?
I try. Yeah, he's got a new girlfriend, so he's got other priorities. It I try to keep everything as inexpensive as I can. Try to make it affordable for everybody. Because even you run in a lot of little 2 liter barrels and 3 liter, 4 liter barrels. They're all $100 and stuff. Man, about everybody's these are $25 shipped to you.
Yeah, I
And
know when I first got started in this and started thinking about aging a barrel, a guy hit me up. He's in St. Augustine, north of me. And I hit him up about it. He wanted for a 55-gallon barrel, $90. That was back in the day.
yeah,
And I was like, I
nowadays that's great.
almost got a couple of them just because, and I didn't. I put it off. I went back and hit him up again. Now he wants 400 a barrel. I was like, fuck
Hmm.
that. I ain't doing
Yeah.
that.
Could you imagine how long it'd take to fill that barrel?
Oh my God. My brother and I talked about that. I was like, dude, it would take forever, dude. I've been
Yeah.
taking so long just to fill this 15. I've only got 10 gallons. I was up to 12, and then I had some milk jugs I was putting it in, right?
Right.
The same side, I put my parts in these milk jugs. I asked my wife and daughter to make sure they saved the milk jugs because I needed to use them. Well, they forgot and crushed them up, threw them in the recycle. And I went back out there and blew them up. Well, I didn't think about it. They were crinkled. They're sitting
Yeah.
out here in the spread shed where it gets hot and it expanded with those crinkles and they leaked out everywhere. Man, I lost 2
Oh,
gallons.
jeez.
I'm like, son of a bitch.
Yeah. No, I've got a 5 gallon that one of the kids got me for Christmas a couple years ago, and it was a used one, and I filled it up with a malted corn whiskey. It was just 100% malted corn, and it turned out real good. And I'm filling it up with mixed brandy right now, but man, it's taken forever, But that's I want to put something in there, and it.
Like you had mentioned before, Terry, sorry, I didn't mean to
But
interrupt you. Go ahead.
no, you're good.
I interrupted you. I'm bad about that. I
I was
apologize.
going to say it's I get I get about the same taste results from these lids as I do from that barrel. That barrel, if I fill it up and let it sit 4 to 6 months, I get the same flavor profile I'm getting from my mason jars in about 2 to 3. So I think they work pretty well.
Cool. Yeah, I've tried the spirals and I've tried the chips. Spirals, personally, the spirals work better than the chips, as far as I'm concerned, from what I've experienced. Um, the chips work faster depending on how many chips you put in there, of course, but it's the same with the spirals. But I just think I got better results out of the spirals. But at the same time, um, it would seem like an off flavor. It just wasn't quite there where I wanted it. And I've talked to a couple of people about that, and they said that you commented on that a while ago when you tasted one that you just tasted it today or yesterday or something, where it just wasn't quite there where you want it to be just yet. And I was told the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you just got to let it sit for longer and keep tasting it every day or every other day or something like that until it's right where you want it. Pretty much the same with the lids, right?
Right. Yeah. And it's anytime you're dealing with small format stuff, with chips, spirals, things like that, it's easy to want results faster and load too many chips or too heavy a jar or something, and you wind up over oaking your liquor, and then you wind
Right.
up, you're going to rerun it or drink it as it is, just choke it down. And I've done both,
Yeah.
but it's patience will get the best of you, So if you're not careful with that stuff, um, you can wind up real quickly having too much oak and too much wood influence and just ruining what could have been a good batch of liquor,
Right. I did that a year ago. I made a mango peach. It was 70% mango, 30% peach. It came out pretty decent. And I decided I was going to age it in oak. I did it with the chips, and I hated it. It sucked.
Hmm.
It turned a good brandy into something that wasn't palatable. I was like, yeah, I still got it in the house. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, but the stuff that I just kept clear, and it sat for a year, just sat there. And I had like a gallon and a half of just clear and just sit there without any oak or anything, just sit in a mason jar. Dude, this shit came out really good after a year.
Yeah. I believe in letting stuff set, even if it's clear. I don't like to drink my clear till it's 2 or 3 months old.
Right.
Mm. I've got one. You talk about chips. I've got one bottle back here that I'm probably going to get into here in a minute. It was an apple brandy, about 100 proof, I think it is 100 or 110 proof, and I actually made some sangria just to age it on a lid so that I could take that lid and age this apple brandy on it. But
Nice.
when I aged it on the apple brandy, I threw in some toasted cherry wood chips in the jar with it, and man, it turned out excellent. So the
Wow, that
lids,
sounds good.
yeah, it's real good. It's probably the best apple brandy I've made. But um, you can throw things in with these lids, a little accent, and that's fine. And I've considered um, kind of like a hybrid lid, but honestly, it's just as easy if you want to add a cherry accent or something. It's just as easy to drop you a little bit of cherry in there with a regular lid than
Gotcha.
to have me charge you more to make it.
Right? Yeah,
Yeah,
that makes sense. That makes sense. Unless you just wanted nothing but cherry, right? You do the cherry
right.
lids.
Yeah, I've got white oak and cherry all the time, and on occasion I've got some used bourbon barrel heads that I get from a guy. So
Cool. That's
it,
awesome. I
yeah, I go
the other
down.
thing I like the other thing I like about your idea is I can take and try running my mash and run it and distill it and try and get one that's cherry and one that's oak and try them both. Just see which
Mhm.
one where I want to go with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
I
Yeah, I
like
did
the
that with.
idea.
Go
I
ahead.
like the idea of being able to experiment and find out which one I'm going to like the best, and then that way, then down the road, I know okay, with this mash, I want to go with cherry or I want to go with oak. Or I love that idea.
Mm.
Or if I want to
Yeah,
let it sit
actually,
3 weeks, or if I want to set it 4 months.
I have a picture on my Facebook page. I've got the same apple brandy, one aged on a white oak lid and one aged on a cherry lid. They're both from the same run, and hands down, man, that cherry lid bottle it's getting drank a lot faster than the white oak one. That the cherry with that apple brandy really made it. It was much different and tastes a lot better than that white oak lid.
Is that this one here?
No, it's a couple bottles.
Oh, a couple
Um,
bottles.
yeah,
I thought you. Oh, that's that Nom Creek and something else.
yeah. I think that's a rum on the right, and that Knob Creek is just corn liquor.
Nice. Well, yeah. Yeah, I like Nom Creek. I've liked it for years. When it first came out, I was one of the first people to try it. As a matter of fact,
Yeah, it's good stuff.
I like how you got this set up too. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's supposed
Well,
to be the I guess the main picture on my website if it ever happens.
yeah. Now with that, was that all the same liquor? You're trying different lids, or was that just all different?
It's different liquors. There's brandies, there's rum, and there's corn liquor in there.
Okay,
It
cool.
was just
Yeah.
just really just getting a picture of the lids.
Now, one of the things that I learned, and it's funny because some things. All right, Wayne. Good night, buddy. James Sweat. Uh, I think he said he was out. He also says you can order from him directly. Yes, yeah, that's right, James.
Yeah,
Frank
and James,
Thompson, apple and sugar and maple.
Yeah, I'm trying to get some sugar maple and apple. To be honest with you, it's hard to find anybody milling apple. You can find all the apple chunks you want for smoking and things like that,
Right.
but finding anybody that's milling apple wood is hard to come by. And my guy, I'll get most of my wood from. He's got some silver maple, but he doesn't have any sugar maple. So he's gonna try and get me fixed up on that.
I've been wanting to cut that tree down in my front yard. It's sugar maple.
Yeah, there you go. I got a white oak tree in my backyard that got struck by lightning, and a big piece of it fell down. It's been sitting there for 2 years, so I figure I got a guy that mills that stuff. I may drag it down to him and get him to mill it out for me.
There you go. Oh yeah, why not? Well, miss me a drink here. And you know what we forgot to do at the beginning of this show?
What's that?
Shots. We always do shots to start the show off. We never did one. I think we need to get caught up here.
Well, no, I was drinking before the show.
I was too, but I didn't do any shots.
Yeah, this is that just a cherry lid on that apple brandy, and it would taste good. You know, it's the difference between it unaged and aged is big.
How there you go. Give it a shot, buddy.
Yep.
Woo! Ha ha. They said, "Yay, shot." Frank Thompson said he used white oak out of his yard. Mark Morgan jumped in. Did I hear shots? Yeah, you did, buddy. Yeah, I meant to mention earlier because you did. I wanted to bring up this is your still, your setup.
Yeah.
I like it, man. Badass.
Yeah,
I wish Cassie was here. I'm going to have her get with you.
Yeah.
Because she just got a bevel. And I like your setup. And I think she would do wonders with that kind of a setup.
Yeah, it's an 8-gallon Vever pot. It's that weird one that has the condenser right on top. And but it's 1.5-inch tri-clamp, which is what I wanted. And I got a hold of Bruiser over there at Tiger Shine Copper, and he built me that cap for it. He sent it to me. It didn't have that 1/2-inch pipe coming out of it, but it was ready for it. I told him just to send it to me, and I'd solder in whatever length of pipe I needed. And
good idea.
Yeah, so it works real good. And I had a guy, Rod, on here, hooked me up on that 3-gallon Vever pot that I made that thumper and infuser out of. And
you made that infuser?
What's that?
You make that infuser?
Yeah, it's a 3-gallon Vever pot still.
Let's see if I can roll this up a little bit. There we go.
But I made that infuser for it, just a sight glass and a butterfly valve off of Amazon. And I don't know if y'all know Red from the Shine Shack. I took his advice on drilling a hole in the bottom of that mason jar so I could use a funnel to fill it up without having, as opposed to being able to just do one infusion. I can do multiple infusions and put a ball valve on the bottom of the pot, soldered that in. But yeah, then I got that air-cooled worm. It's got 2 8-inch desk fans on it because, man, I got tired of being dripping wet, man, being outside, being dripping wet, messing with water, messing with ice bottles, all that. And
dude, I like your ideas, man. I want to hang out with you.
Come on over.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. Because I got this good thing going on with this my worm. I always use water. I get into arguments with people about how and why I do. But I'll turn the faucet on and just let it run continuously and let it run out in the yard.
Yeah.
Yeah, my water bill goes up, but it doesn't make that big a difference. It really doesn't. And my biggest thing is I want to keep the same temperature. I want it to stay the same temperature. These guys buy coolers and throw ice in there all the time and shit. But your temperature is going to constantly change when you do that. So I didn't want that. I want it to be consistent, stay the same.
Well, that's the reason. That's one thing because when I started, I was out back, propane cooker, had the hose running into the worm bucket and all that, and man, it wasn't fun.
Right.
Water's running everywhere. It's 110 degrees outside, and the nice thing about that, I moved it inside, and I'm in my basement, so the ambient temperature is probably 65 degrees.
Oh
So
hell yeah.
that's what those fans blow over the worm. It don't matter. You can run that thing all day long. I've run it 12 hours running, I've got a reflux column that I use. I've loaded up with glass marbles and it's electric too. I have a fan at the top of it.
Yeah.
That does reflux. And I mean, it'll pull, second distillation, it'll pull a 170 all day long. And it's all electric. I ain't got no water going anywhere, but those fans, there's a fan in the bottom of that bucket and a fan at the top. And whatever the ambient air is, that's what it is all day long. It doesn't matter.
Badass. See, me here in Florida, I'm out here in the shine shed. Like today,
Yeah.
I did a cleaning run. Ran some spirits through here just to clean it. The other day, I ran some vinegar and water. Then I just did a stripping run through here.
Yeah.
Just clean it up before I did my peach brandy. And dude, it was 110 degrees out here. You get this 20-gallon pot going, it gets up to 210 degrees.
Yeah.
It's
No,
pretty
I
warm
can
out there.
but like I said, man, I got tired of fooling with the garden hose and the water everywhere and the ice bottles and everything else. It was just too much. I thought, man, I love doing it, but if it's a hassle, I mean that Evan Williams bottled and bonds $20 a bottle, but I had to find a way to make it where it was not a hassle to do, and that was my solution, and I've been doing that for a while now.
I know a friend of mine, back porch over in Georgia. I don't know if you know who he is, back porch shine.
No.
He set up a system where he bought a used air conditioning unit. He runs that shit through that.
Mm-hmm. I've seen guys.
He's at 50 degrees all the time. I'm like, God damn, dude.
Mm-hmm. I've seen. I think some guys online have done that where they use the air conditioners in like one of them igloo coolers to cool their water down. Yeah.
I'm that guy that you were just talking about, dude. Because sometimes, like, I'll hook up the water hose. Now, my wife is doing laundry. Guess what? My hose ain't putting out normal what it usually is. Or say I turn it on while she's doing laundry, and then the washing machine shuts off. Now I'm overflowing everywhere. It's like, God damn it.
Yeah, it's the same thing here. We've got well water here, and I got a pump out in the yard that pumps it in, and all it takes is one of the kids flushing the toilet or something, and all of a sudden my water pressure ain't anything,
Right. No, I totally get it, and I try to tell my wife, honey, I'm going to do a run today, so she knows. Now, I'm trying to watch the water pressure. Does she listen? No, she's doing her fucking laundry.
Yeah. Well, if you want clean clothes or you want liquor, I want both.
Happy wife's happy life, right?
That's what they say.
Yeah, that's what they say. You're right. I agree. Mike Fred told Lisa Day she's slipping on calling shots. Mike Thompson, Peach was good too. David Dance, nice. He said it's a nice setup you got there. Oh, I still got it up there. I forgot I had it up there. Mark Morgan says I do some or same with WHC. Oh, white oak and also the maple I use in my brandy. I hear that a lot. A lot of people using maple wood in their brandies.
Yeah, I'd love to get a hold of some sugar maple. It's real hard to find because I mean, honestly, guys that I'm buying wood from, they're not milling this wood and everything for guys like me to make liquor on or anybody else. They're milling it for people that want to make tables and stuff,
Right.
And I'm not buying, yeah, I'm not buying it at Lowe's or Home Depot or anything. You know, I'm buying it from guys that are doing custom work. That and a lot of the stuff. Fortunately for me, what works for me is that uh, I'm buying smaller. I don't need 4 foot wide pieces. You know,
Right.
so a lot of the stuff I'm buying is cut off that they've had sitting around for years. So it's pretty good wood, but you know, it's real hard to find anybody that's got maple, things like that, just because you know it's not real popular for people to make furniture out of. You know.
Right. Here's another picture that you had. I like this one. It shows that charred lid next to a jar with one on it.
Yeah, that's a cherry lid right there.
I thought I was just getting ready to say that because it looked a little pinkish.
Yeah, yeah, that cherry is real good, and I've got some real good cherry right now. I'm going through this probably, man. This guy I get my wood from, he pulled out some cherry slabs. I think he said he'd been sitting on them for about 10 years, and they're good. So it seems to be like that cherry affects the reason I say the brandies I go 2 months on is I usually do my brandies on a cherry lid, and that cherry impact happens so much faster than the white oak, and it
Wow.
really makes a difference.
I always thought cherry wood was harder.
It doesn't seem to be when I'm machining it. It doesn't seem to be
Huh,
that white
interesting.
oak. That white oak's pretty tough stuff.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. Um, Mike Brand says put in a PSI regulator. Okay, where you going with that, Mike?
Probably for the water. I think he's thinking to keep it consistent.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, there you go. Good idea, Mike. That's a great idea. I never thought of that. I did put a gauge on there to see how much water I'm using. I'm scared to tell y'all. I'm going to be embarrassed to tell you how much water I go through.
You fill in swimming pools.
Dude, seriously, literally. But at the same time, I think about it, and it's like, one, it's water in my yard. Two, it's going to go right back into the aquifer. So it's like,
Yeah, there you go. It ain't going to waste.
no, it's going to filter through this limestone in this Florida aquifer, and it'll be right down there. I'll be drinking it again later. So
That's right. Heck yeah.
Mike Thompson said it's hard to find for sure. Yeah, you had a couple gentlemen do reviews on your lids. One of them, I tried to download the video, and it's quite lengthy, one, and the other, it wouldn't download. You want to elaborate on a little bit of that for us?
Yeah, I had Wayne out there at Ozark Steelworks reach out to me
He
earlier
was just
this
on
year.
here a little bit ago.
Yeah, yeah, he's a good guy. I haven't met him
Yeah,
in
yeah.
person. I hope to one day. Maybe one day he's traveling from out there where he's at over here to see Alan Bishop. Maybe he'll stop by and have a drink with me or something. But
Oh,
um,
yeah.
he reached out to me, or maybe I reached out to him. I don't even remember at this point. But I sent him a couple lids to try. I sent him a new white oak lid, and I sent him a used bourbon barrel lid. And that bourbon barrel lid I sent him was it was a tongue and groove lid. It was kind of an experiment. I wanted to see what happened. So Wayne kept the new lid, and him and JC down at Flatwood Cellars did a little competition. They I guess not a competition. They just going to compare their results. They each did a mountain brandy, and I think if I remember right, I think Wayne did peach, and JC did apple.
Apple, that's right.
So
That's right.
he sent JC that 2-piece lid that was tongue and groove, and you know they've got it aging on there. We'll see what happens, but they seem to like the idea. I know JC, those are guys that are going to shoot it to you straight, and they each hit me up. They were having a little trouble, or Wayne hit me up. He's having a little trouble getting his to seal. The problem is, I guess if it's a problem, getting these lids to seal, it's you can't overthink it. Um, you
That
know,
would be
'cause
me.
what's that?
That would be
That
me overthinking it.
So, I mean, you put your product in the jar, you put the lid on the jar, but then you need something that's going to tighten it down because, like you got a barrel, and if you've got a regular wooden barrel, wood will swell against each other. And when it swells against each other, it seals itself. Well, that the glass of a jar isn't going to swell. So you've got to count on that stainless steel ring that I provide to hold the wood as it swells and contain it against the glass, and that helps to get it to seal.
Right.
So I think some of the issues that Wayne and JC both had was they got them to seal, but they tried to pre-treat them like a barrel, and you can't really do that. Um, because if you pre-treat it, when you take the lid back off, that's good to hear, Wayne. I'm glad you're not having any more leaks. When you
That's why I
when
put it
you
up there.
yeah, when you pre-treat it, it expands, and then you got to unscrew it to put your product in the jar, to put the lid back on the jar, but the lid's already expanded, the wood's already expanded without the benefit of that stainless steel ring holding it in place, containing it, basically trapping it, forcing it against that glass. So it's a little different, but like I say, I don't have any problems getting it to seal. Um, and most people I don't, and I'm glad Wayne's having great results, man. He's, you know, I think everybody that's ever drank a drop of liquor has a lot of respect for Wayne. So, um,
Absolutely.
it,
Wayne's a great guy.
yeah, he makes some stuff I can't afford. I'm telling you, but, that's basically it is getting that dry wood between the glass and the stainless steel before it expands. And that stainless steel, you got to tighten it down a little bit. I just use a rubber strap wrench from Harbor Freight. You can use a belt or whatever.
I saw a video
And
you did doing that.
yeah, I did my first YouTube video the other day on it, and that was weird, but had to have my daughter come down and sit in front of me so I didn't feel like I was just talking to empty space. But
I do it all the time.
yeah, but it's, and then I left out about half of everything I wanted to talk about on it. But that's the key to it is getting that dry lid clamped down as tight as you can with that stainless steel ring, and then letting your product swell the wood. You may lose a little product. It may drip a little bit, just like you get some drips in a barrel too. But don't be I mean, it's not a tighten it up. You don't just screw it on and let it be. You got to get it tight. You got to let it swell. And the one tip I can tell people is if it's dripping, roll that jar, because you're not going to get that wood to swell against the glass if you've got liquid coming between the two.
Right.
So it's real easy to get it to swell. And I've got, in that video, we talk about heating it up and to 140 degrees, shutting the heat off, let it sit 30 to 45 minutes. And what that does is it helps expand that wood. And in my video, I meant to say, when I say covered, I don't mean cover the jar with water, cover the pot with a lid. But so when it does that, it does two things. It helps steam that lid, help it expand a little bit quicker. And then also, as it cools, that negative pressure will help seal that product in there, just like you're canning green beans or something. So it like I say, it works good. You just have to be smarter than a wood. I'm just a little bit smarter than that oak, just a little bit.
I want to back up a minute. Just one comment. Where Mike Brent asked, he said, "Where are you located at?"
I'm located kind of the western Kentucky, southern Indiana area.
Then David Offit says, "Good evening." Wayne says, "Listen to Terry. Don't do what I did."
Hey,
They
listen,
like James
I'm
West.
never going to. Wayne's a smart guy. I'm never going to doubt anything he does.
Wayne is a smart guy. He knows what he's doing.
That's
Um,
right.
then James Sweat says, Angel Share. You're
Yeah.
right. You get those little drips. And to add to that, you can put that in a tray or on a plate or something. These drips you get out, you can still, hey, I'm drinking that shit.
Absolutely. And just so everybody knows, James Company, Outlaw Copper Company, is they're a distributor for my lids. So you can
Nice.
reach out to him also and get these lids. He's on his eBay store or through his company website as well. So
Awesome. James is good people too. I like James.
yeah, he seems like a good guy. I look forward to meeting him in person one day.
I'm going to get him on a podcast one of these days.
Yeah.
Good people. I'm going through some of your stuff and doing some research on you. I saw some lids, and I don't know if it was the beginning stages and you're doing this or what, but you had some holes in them with some pins in them. Is that how you
Mhm.
first started, or?
Yeah, I used to use those. They were hand cut, and basically what I was doing, I was using a hole saw to get it close, and I had to have a way to plug up that hole from the hole saw.
Gotcha.
So I was taking on a lathe, and I was turning down because I did the research. What type of wood do they use in the bungs, and it's poplar. So I got poplar dowel rods, and I was turning those down to make bungs. Um, it was less consistent than the way I do it now, and so it they still worked. Uh, but it was when I'm out there, when you're on a lathe is much less consistent than using CNC machinery. So it yeah, those are earlier things, and I've still got some of them being used. That I made. I've got some white wine aging over there that I made on some
And
some of those earlier lids.
I believe I saw a video or an explanation when you first started doing those lids with those bumps in the top of the lid, where if it leaked, you turned it upside down on top of another lid.
Yeah,
Now, would that work the same way? I mean, would that help seal up these other lids that are just solid lids, or no?
yeah, it should. It basic. They basically what that did was it put some pressure on the lid,
Right.
um, and equal pressure as all the way around it is the best way. I'm not a scientist, but put equal pressure on that and allowed that lid to swell like overnight. And I would let it sit for about 24 hours like that, and then it would seal up really well. But yeah, I mean, I those like that, I've quit making, just because when you've got a 2.5 inch square circle, but a half inch of that is a hole, you're really digging into how much contact area you've got with a
Right.
wood lid. So
That little half inch on 2.5 inch makes a big difference, right?
yeah, it really does. So
This
you
state
know,
called shots on us, so
all right, I'm always for that.
I am until I can't get out of my chair.
Yeah.
Uh, to answer your question, Chad, no, I will not be going to farm to model. I got too many things on my plate, and it is what it is. David Offit said he looked forward to meeting him as well. I think he's talking about Wayne. Alma Brown says, "Hey Lisa." Chad again says, "Random thing. I'm getting married next year at Hillbilly Jam. Tom is going to officiate our hand fastening ceremony with Moonshine Militia. We want everyone there. Y'all, my family." Fucking hey, bro. That's awesome. Dude, that is so cool, dude. I will definitely be there. I plan on making every Hillbilly Jam. So, dude, I will be there. That's awesome, man. You just made my day, brother. That's cool as shit. Hell yeah, what a way to get married.
Yeah, I'm on my third, so I've got opinions about marriage I keep to myself.
Well, I'm on my first and last, so
Yeah. Well, this is my third and last. So,
Well, that's cool, man. I wish the best for you. And,
well, I just may not outlive this one.
well, I hope not. I don't know. I don't mean bad on you. I just, I think we all want to our spouses to outlive us, but maybe that's just a personal thing on my side.
Yeah.
Alma Brown says, "Oh, Mark, I wanted you to meet someone at Marvin Bottle. I wish to God I could be there. I just can't. Life, life happens. Things happen. We just can't always be and do the things we want to do." Chad says, "Gotcha. Me too. Tom is bringing some of my banana rum and stickers. I want to be there in spirit." Yeah, buddy.
Yeah. I wish I could go to Farm to Bottle. My wife's from Ohio, so I know she's always ready to go back to Ohio, but
Ohio.
yeah,
Yeah,
married a
I,
Yankee.
I was really looking forward to it. And Cassie, my daughter, was going with me. Actually, I was going to fly up. She was going to drive up, and she's going to pick me up at the airport. And I had a hotel. I had to cancel it today. But it is what it is, man. I know your slacks. Put that up there. I hate to show up as Chad in this. I'm slacks. That's how y'all know me. You're right, buddy. We know you're slacks. I'll say slacks from now on, buddy. I'm sorry, dude. Yeah.
Business
So,
agreement.
you already talked about you're putting together a web page, and that's cool. My daughter's helping me with a web page as well. Not that I'm doing anything with it. Just maybe in the future, and just not right now. Mike Brand, he says business agreement. Alma says, "I've decided to try getting married one more time." Awesome, Alma. That's awesome. I hope it's not. I won't say it. But that's awesome, Alma. Chad, I don't know that I got. Yes, I did get your stickers. They're around here somewhere. I think they're in the house. But yeah, Chad, I did get your stickers. I did. Anybody else that wants to send me stickers, reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to exchange stickers. In fact, I need to order some new ones. I just ran out. I had 500. First, I ordered 250. Those went pretty quick. And then I ordered 500. Those are gone. I think I got like 10 or 11 left. So, yeah, I better get some ordered real soon.
I've got James working on a new logo for me because, obviously when I wasn't on the internet too much about this stuff, and I asked my brother, who used to be a commercial artist, to make me a logo, and he found this that free clip art Hillbilly guy, and I said, well, instead of a moonshine jug, make him holding a mason jar.
I like it.
But I get people not all the time, but occasionally I'll get somebody will message me asking about corn and stuff, and I said, man, you're looking for Hillbilly,
I was about to say something about that. I was like, it looks just like Hillbilly's logo.
Yeah, it's the same guy, but Hillbilly's is holding a moonshine jug and mine's holding a mason jar, and that's the only difference. So I've got James is supposed to be working on a logo for me.
There you go.
I said, man, I kind of like the same guy, but maybe AI is maybe a little more realistic or something, as opposed to just that cartoon guy. So
yeah, I'm sure
maybe me running through there holding a mason jar or something. I don't know.
You run it. You hold that mason jar and run it like you run it in your BVDs.
That's right. I ain't sending James that picture though.
No, don't do that. I don't want to see that.
Nobody does. My wife don't want to see that.
That's funny. I want to show another picture you got here. This is some jars you got with some seepage going around. You can see the seepage around the edges a little bit.
Yeah, where it drops in, around the jar, you've got to get it down. And I've got a tolerance. I've figured out a tolerance, and I've got a micrometer I use to measure what how thick that lip is. And there's about a millimeter tolerance there where they're functional, where I'll send them out where they can be reused. Anything less than that, I save them for myself, just for single use. But I want people to be able to use them, so they need to be just a hair thicker. But yeah, that seepage will come through where the lid is thinner and that, the liquor's pushing against it. But it'll swell up and seal real good. But it just there's a tolerance there, and it's literally we're talking like between 1.5 and 2.5 millimeters where you want that to be. And if any part of that lid is less than 1.5 millimeters, it goes in the pile that I use for myself for single use. They'll still work, but I want people to be able to get 2, 3, 4 uses out of these lids. So.
Sure. That brings up another question, and I brought this up before, and I've talked to Moonshine Shoe about this. As far as these barrels and them being charred, and I've often wondered, and I brought it up to him, and he said, by all means, but hey, I'm getting ahead of myself. Can you recharge those after a use or two and then be back to normal, or no?
I think with any wood, any barrel or anything that you use, any wood, you're going to leach out a lot of the tannins and things like that through the first use or two.
Sure.
Beyond that, all you're doing is adding color.
Right.
So
that makes sense. That makes total sense.
Yeah, I think you can do it, but I think all you're doing there is adding the oak influence and adding some color. I don't think you're going to really impact the flavor anymore by recharring them. Okay. So
my thought on it was you can burn off whatever alcohol is on there, and you get deeper into the wood, and you get more tannins out of the wood by burning deeper. That was just a thought I had.
Yeah, I don't know for sure, to be honest with you. I do know that they distort quite a bit when you because you got that 2.5 inch circle dropping in that's fully immersed in liquor. And like I say, you got 2.5 inch circle there, which I did the math. It's something like 4.9 square inches. But you've also got about 7 inches around that thing because it's about 7/8 thick. So you got about 6 or 7 inches around that thing, but that part isn't charred. But you still get a little wood influence from it.
And that's the whole idea.
Yeah. So, it really gets tricky, but like I say, that stuff, it when it swells up, when you go to rechar it, you run the risk of really making that wood brittle.
Right.
I recommend between uses, and I use them multiple times. I use them up to about 4 times. Clamping them back down real tight in a jar, even if it's a dry jar, and just to hold the shape. Because they, like any wood, you get out there, take you a 2x4 and hose it down, it's going to warp,
Yeah.
So any wood that you get it wet and then you dry it, it's going to distort. So I recommend clamping it down. I've got some pint wide mouth jars that I keep them clamped down in between uses, and that seems to help me. I don't rechar any. I'm just a little selective about what I do. Like I'll do a whiskey first run. Maybe I do a brandy or a rum second and third run. And, fourth run, I may do, I like to make some mead and stuff too. I may do a mead in there just where I don't want a ton of wood influence on that mead. But a little bit's okay,
Yeah, I've always wanted to do a mead from day one. I've been doing this for 12 years now. I've always wanted to do a mead, never have. But my daughter Cassie, who she does a um, shit, I can't think of the name of it now. Goddamn kombucha,
Yeah.
and I was thinking even trying it with that, you know.
Yeah.
But
My favorite mead is, I call it gas station mead. It we got these Thornton's gas stations all over, and when you go there, they got these free Mike's Hot Honey packets. It's like a pepper honey, and
I
they're free. It's like they're ketchup packets. They just set them out there. You can grab 3 or 4 at a time, and they don't care.
I'll be
Um,
damned.
but they're probably a couple ounces each or something, and I'll save up about a pound of them and add that to about a pound and a half or 2 pounds of regular honey and make a mead out of it. And it's got a little bit of spice on the back end,
That
but
sounds good.
it's good. It ain't bad. I'm telling you, but I call it my gas station mead,
I like that. That's pretty cool. I like that. Yeah, thanks to me. That's
Yep.
pretty cool. Thanks for sharing that. I'm gonna get caught up on the comments again. Alma Brown, she says she's about an hour from farm to bottle. Slack says you should go. I think he's talking to you. Again, Slack said good deal. Alma, let Slacks know that she is going. Uh, and then Slacks turns around and says, look for Tom at Moonshine Militia. We'll have some stickers of mine and a little taste of the banana rum. God damn it, fucker. I want some of that banana rum, son of a bitch. That makes me even more disappointed I'm not going.
If I can figure out how to ship it, man, I'd like to send some of y'all my coffee rum. That stuff,
No way.
man, it's good. It's
I
real good.
make a coffee shine.
Yeah.
It's 100 proof. And I figured out a way to make it carry over the caffeine.
Really?
And, yeah, when I went to Summer Jam, I went up there with 12 mason jars, 12 quarts. Every one of them was gone like that. Dude, that sold faster than my root beer.
Really?
I
Yeah,
was like, God.
I just put some of that. One of my kids had a bag of that Black Rifle coffee.
Yeah, yeah,
And,
yeah. I like it. It's good.
he was fixing to go. He's in the National Guard. He was fixing to go down there to Texas, and I put some of that. He had about a half a bag or 3/4 of a bag of that. I put it right in my rum mash, let it go, and man, like 3 or 4 runs later, it is still carrying over.
Wow.
And man, it's good. It's the longer it
Well,
sits in there, the better it gets.
sir, you and I will private message each other after this podcast, and I want to share some of mine, and we'll do some handshakes.
Yeah, yeah. I like that rum, man. It's good stuff. They've got I make a spice rum sometimes, and it I do a lot of shopping at Rural King, and Rural King's got they call it a cider mulling packet, and it's just a packet of spices you're supposed to use to make like apple cider with.
Okay.
And I put that right into Thumper. Let the Thumper be dry, and let the vapor, everything pass through that, and man, it makes a delicious spiced rum.
Wow, sounds interesting. Sounds like almost like you're making a gin almost.
Just about, it's you could argue it's more a botanical rum than a spiced rum, but if you read the ingredients, it's just about the same spices that you would put in a spiced rum.
Okay. I know I do a botanical, when I do my apple pie, and I just steep it. That's all I do when I make my pie. Steep it in my shine, and I add apple juice to it, and there you go. But
Yeah.
I'm really cool, interested in exchanging information with you as far as how you do things, especially with your setup. I love your setup. My daughter's got something very similar to what you got on your setup, and I want to educate her more in that process. I've always used the copper pot still, and she's going stainless steel. And oh yeah, man. But we'll definitely do some handshakes. Uh, Slacks, you and I definitely got to do some handshakes. I got to have that banana, man. I'm
Yeah,
dying to try your banana, buddy.
yeah. My rum's on about the 19th generation right now,
Oh my
and
God.
it reached a point I had to cut the solids in half just to be able to keep having enough product to put back in the pot. But
Good Lord, dude. I could not imagine 19. That, dude.
well, to be honest with you, it's only 19 because initially when I started out, I was running such a small pot still that it was easy to get to the next generation.
Gotcha.
even
Gotcha.
even right now, I've just graduated to an 8, but I mean that's about all the time I've got to run. That's about all the time I've got to commit to it. But I've always got a bunch of mashes going. I run 2 to 5 times a week, and
Good
it
God. I wish I could run that off.
but some of that, like I've got a jar sitting over here right now of some liquor sitting here with some botanicals in it to make some ouzo. I make gin. I make a lot of stuff. I between my 8-gallon pot still, and a lot of people will make fun of it. My 1.1 gallon, whatever it is, little air still. I use that to make my gin in, but
Right?
it makes a pretty good gin.
You know,
But
I'm glad you brought that up. For many, many years, I mean, I can't tell you how many years. And I've been drinking since I was a teenager. I started off with rum, but I tried the gin because it's sophisticated, if you will.
yeah,
So I thought, let me try that shit. To me, it was rubbing alcohol. I couldn't stand it. I could not stand the gin. In fact, it was about 6, 7 months ago. I went to go see Lisa Lowry. She works at a distillery here in Florida.
mm-hmm.
She's
Yeah,
in North Carolina. She was on Master Distillers, and she won her episode with the gin. And so I got to the distillery. She set me up. She said, "Here, I want to set you up with what we make here. They have 4 different ones. They have a gin, they have a bourbon, they have a vodka, and they have a rum." And I said, "Well, Lisa, I'll be honest with you. I like to finish off with what I like the best. So I like bourbon. So let's finish off with the bourbon last. Let's start off with the gin because I can't stand gin." She's like, "Really?" I said, "No, I can't stand gin." So she set me up with the gin first. I was like, "Oh my God, this fucking shit is awesome. I love
yeah.
this
That's
shit."
what she's known for, isn't it? Is her
Yeah,
gin?
yeah.
Yeah,
Well, actually, when I was there visiting her, she was coming up with a new recipe for the vodka. And she was waiting on the owner to come by. He was out doing some stuff while I was there visiting. And she's waiting for the owner of the distillery, Demarcus. It's in, should I get the name of the town now? Anyway, and once he got back, they were going to do the tasting of it. He wanted to make it better than what it was on the vodka. So they nailed it, right? He said, "I love it." They won 3 gold medals on that vodka. But anyway, yeah, I fell in love with that gin. I went through that bottle in like one night, I think.
yeah,
And
yeah. I've got almost a gallon of gin. I keep it pretty simple. You know, I don't like it. I like flavor, but you can go off the rails with gin. I think mine's basically juniper, coriander, uh, lemon peel, and licorice root. I don't use any real bitter roots or anything,
I don't
but
know what she uses, but I do know they sell bags of it at the distillery where she's at, little tiny bags. And dude, I can say I smell that shit all day long. I love the smell of it, the aroma from all the mixtures. But I'm sure if I went through the bag, I could decipher what it is that's in there. But
yeah,
anyway, I've hooked up with somebody else just recently that makes a gin. It's really good. And gin's come a long way over the years. It really has.
yeah,
And So I want to go back to the comments. Slack says, just tell people to store the jar upright. If it's leaking, just store it upright. That kind of makes sense, but sometimes you don't fill the jar that full, right?
Right. Yeah, I've had jars that I've stored upright, and initially that was one of the things that I talked about with storing them upright. It kind of depends on what you got, because some of that higher proof stuff will evaporate pretty quickly on you.
Right.
Yeah. So, now the nice thing is you still get that micro oxidization, you get that air exchange, but you don't really get the wood impact. So, it's a gamble. There are.
Well,
I haven't had a jar that wouldn't seal where I had to do that. So,
well, with that being said, Terry, so if you're doing that and got it upright, it's still a taste thing, right? You just taste it till you're happy with it, right?
oh, absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
There you go. I kind of like the idea of Slack's suggestion. You store it upright. You just taste it to where you like it. There you go.
Yeah,
I like
a lot of times, especially if you're using something like cherry, where it has a lot of impact quickly, man, a week or so, and you've got all the wood impact you really, really might want.
Wow. Man, I love this idea more and more. I can't wait to try it. I'll definitely hook up with you. Once you send me a couple, I want one of the cherries and definitely a couple of the oaks. But we'll definitely hook that up.
And if you do that method where you heat it, I don't know if you watched my YouTube video the other day that I put out. I used my little air still to heat that to 140. I've actually got a router control speed on it to control the heating element, and then I've got a computer cable just to cool the condenser at full speed. But so just to keep that.
You're already high tech more than I am.
But when it got to 140, I shut it down, let it sit for about 45 minutes. When I pulled that jar out, it had color on it like it had been sitting a week already.
Wow.
And yeah, I mean, it's so that's an option as well. There's, man, it's just whatever you want to do, man. I'm not here to tell it. Oh man, that sounds like shots to me.
James Sweat, he called it. Oh hell, I'm doing shots on an empty shot glass. What the fuck am I doing?
Sounds like you cheating.
I'm not trying to. I'm just not keeping up.
Yeah, I'm not waiting on that shots call. I've been sipping all night long.
I hear you, buddy. I have too. I've been drinking the Knob Creek along with Diet Coke, and then doing shots of Knob Creek. So, hey.
I got a bottle back here of a Ardbeg Wee Beastie. I don't know if you ever tried any of that peated Isle Scotch.
I can't say that I have.
Dude, it's pretty terrible. I ain't gonna lie. It's about the worst $60 I've ever spent. But
well,
that being said, I'm getting used to it.
I want to back up again. Damn, I got a ways to go here. Shit, I'm lost. I don't have my co-host helping me out here.
Yeah, where's Cassie at?
Yeah, she's busy. She's working tonight.
She down there getting them oyster shells in the parking lot.
Hey man, I'll tell you, what the fuck? Why not? If I was her, I'd be out there collecting them and selling them. Why not?
Every day, man. I'd figure out I'd figure out a few ounce pouch for 10-gallon washes, and I'd be selling that shit.
Hell yeah.
I'd buy it. If she had it, I'd buy it.
Dude, I didn't have a problem with pH until recently. And I don't know if it's because the wife made me move everything out to a shine shed. It's all temperature, changing the pH, all that. But dude, I've been having issues with the pH here lately, and yeah, hell yeah, give me some oyster shells.
Yeah. I only have pH issues with my rum. It but that many generations in, putting the back set back in there, because I'll go 100% back set back in there,
Right.
and then top it off. So it's pretty acidic. But yeah, I'd love to have me some tea bags of oyster shells to drop in there.
Oh yeah. Slack says, I guess you can't on that comment. I understand now. I don't, not sure. Uh, Not sure I'm following, but I think he's talking about the jar upright. Uh, James Sweat, it'll be at bar to bottle. Slacks, yeah. Then Slack says, look for Tom at the militia, have some stickers. Yeah, yeah, we already went over that. Tom or Mike Brand says, good night, y'all. Good night, Mike. Sorry I missed it. James Sweat says, I'll have a booth there too. Y'all come by, get a sampler while they last.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna make farm to bottle. I'm gonna try and get
I wish I
lids
could.
out to James to take with him up there. So
Cool. Like I said, you and I'll have to hook up in private message, and we'll do a handshake. I'll send
yeah,
you some. I'll send you some coffee and root beer.
oh, dude, I want that root beer. I've been hearing about that root beer. I
Everybody,
ain't gonna lie, I've been trying to figure out how to make that root beer.
it's not hard, buddy. It's not. The biggest thing about it is the basis. It really is, and we all know that. It's what your basis is. And mine's always potato, and I'm looking to get away from potato and doing more corn in the very near future. But it's about making the root beer into a syrup, and then run it through your thumb,
Yeah,
and you have to exchange it a lot to carry over that root beer flavor because Bad Santa made a very good valid point to me a long time ago where you put stuff in your thumper, you want to put your mash or a flavor in your thumper, it's going to sit there and cook and cook and cook to a point where it's going to be overcooked. It's going to lose its flavor. So it's almost to the point where what's the point, right?
mm-hmm.
But if you have a drain port in your thumper and drain it and then put it back in, then hell yeah, you're going to get that flavor back over and over and over again. And that's exactly what I do.
Yeah, I started out.
You have that infuser, so yeah, you're good to go with that.
I had a mason jar thumper initially, and if I use that mason jar thumper, it is only to increase proof, nothing else.
Well,
Because it doesn't. You can't really, when you're looking at a half-gallon jar on any type of run, man, you're not getting much contribution from it. But that 3-gallon pot that I've got that has a drain on it and a half-gallon infuser, man, I started out the night with some spiced peach, and man, the flavor carryover was fantastic.
well, that being said, Terry, what I do is I got that flavor thumper, which is a jar thumper, half gallon. I put that syrup in there. Once it goes for a while, I'll do a mason jar and a half, so a quart and a half, before I change it out to a new syrup. But I'll take that old syrup and pour it back in my thumper, just to carry over to the new thumper, the last thumper, right?
Right.
And dude, the flavor carries over tremendously. It's huge. When I started doing that, it made a huge difference.
With my half-gallon mason jar thumper, the only thing I ever got to carry over was if I threw spices in there or botanicals in there. I could get that to carry through, But as far as starting out with any, because I mean, you're talking, even with a 5-gallon pot like I started with, you put any amount of liquid in a half-gallon jar,
Oh yeah,
you're done. I mean, it's
yeah.
you gotta swap jars or something mid-run.
And that's what I do. I do it constantly. I only do it. I only run it through those jars in my hearts.
Mhm.
Okay. When I run a 20-gallon mash, I'm going to get 2 gallons of hearts.
Right.
So I do. I change that hearts out 5 to 6 times. I change that
Mhm.
jar out. So and that's what carries over that flavor. I'm telling you, buddy, that's the only way you're going to get it. It's a pain in the ass. Oh my God, it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
But if you want flavor, that's how you get it.
Yeah. I would do what I would do is I had a pot that it was almost like a colander that sat down in there that I would do. I like to do on grain distillation. Even now with my 8-gallon pot, uh, I'll do on grain distillation, and that helps me carry a lot of flavor over through my stripping runs. And I talked to Justin Whaley, used to be with French Lick, and
Okay.
asked him. I said, hey, what do you think? Do you think spirit run or stripping runs for that? And he was like, man, if I was you, I would do on grain through the stripping runs to be able to keep that grain in there for a longer period of time and get more out of it, and then do clean stripping runs. Um, but when you're talking a half-gallon thumper on a 5-gallon pot, it fills up quick.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
You know,
It well, it fills up quick. Yeah. Even with this 20-gallon pot that I got, it fills up pretty quick. That's why I say I change it out every gallon or every quart and a half. When I'm getting out of the worm, when I get a quart and a half out of the worm, I'm changing it out.
yeah, that's
It's
why I put a 3-gallon thumper on the setup I've got when I use a thumper, because I've got the ability to run on grain, and even with brandies, like I'll take peaches, and I will put, it's got a shit, I can't think of what it's called, but it's got a tray in there that lets me. I'll wrap it in cheesecloth,
okay.
and I can put my grain or my fruit or whatever on top of it, and that way, as it's distilling, it's coming up through there, and it won't burn it,
Cool.
and it just really carries that flavor over.
All right. Cool. That's good to know. Nobody's called shots in a while, so I am.
we might have had enough already.
Might have. I don't know, but I don't think I've had enough until I'm falling out of the chair or slurring my words. I'm not slurring yet, so
If I start slurring, let me know.
all right, buddy. Chad or Slacks says he's a rum fanatic. Lisa Day says good night. You out of here, Lisa? No, you're not out of here. You're saying good night to somebody else. Lisa's usually out here for the main hall. Slack says meat is too rich for my blood. Would love to make honey-based spirits. Slacks, you're right, buddy. I have a funny story to tell about honey. I used to be a beekeeper, so when I first started this, I had a lot of honey on hand, and I got out of beekeeping, but I had the honey, and I decided I was going to do a honey run one time. I did a 5-gallon batch, and I was stupid. I didn't do my research, and I did not realize that honey takes a whole lot longer time to ferment than a regular mash.
Yeah, it does.
And I just went to 2 weeks. I was like, oh, it's done. And I ran that shit. I think I got half a quart at best. And I still have it. I still have it in the house. I haven't even touched it. That's just been sitting there for 12 years. At
Yeah, I did.
least 10. I guarantee it. But yeah, honey is a different monster. In fact, I will go as far as saying it's worse than working with agave.
It is. I did a 15-gallon or a 5-gallon mash one time with 15 pounds of honey.
Yeah.
It took forever to ferment. It was delicious. It was absolutely delicious. But the problem is, for the cost of it,
Yeah.
it didn't stick around long enough.
Exactly. And then when you want to tell people it costs $60 a quart, they're like, "Fuck you, pal."
That's right.
Yeah. But when it comes to honey, that's what I did. I did a pure honey. That was it. Nothing else. No sugar. Nothing. Just pure honey. But I only got like half a quart, so I didn't. Yeah, I didn't even put it out there. But honey's expensive. Oh my God, what is it, like $80 a pound or a quart? Yeah, $80 a quart, something like that. No, $80 a half a quart. That's or half a gallon.
I don't know. My wood guy, the guy I get my wood from, has bees. He's a beekeeper also, so I'm hoping I can trade him about a gallon of shine for a gallon of honey or something. So
There you
we'll
go.
see how that goes.
Hey, work something out with him because yeah, my buddy Roger Moonshine Davidson, he was lucky to get. I think somebody just gave him 5 pound or 5 gallons of honey. Dude,
Gee,
yeah,
dude,
gave it
that's
to him. I'm like, holy fuck.
yeah.
Dude, do you realize what you just got?
Well, this guy, I didn't even think he knew what I was doing. And I contacted him one day and I said, "Hey man," I said, you got any white oak that's been seasoned?" And he said, "Man, I had some, but my brother took it because he's doing the same thing you're doing." I said, "What do you mean by that?" And he said, "Putting that white lightning on wood." I said, "Well, all right."
I love it. I love it.
Yeah,
When you don't know people know what you're doing, they know what you're doing.
that's right. You know
That's
what though?
fun.
I mean, he's a good guy, man. My wood guy's a good guy, and hopefully I can do a little horse trading with him and get some honey.
Hey, never hurts to ask, man. You know what? I learned this a long time ago. My parents put it in my head, maybe my mom, was you never know until you ask. And if you don't ask, it's always going to be no, right?
That's right.
So if you ask and he says no, nothing lost.
I just figure I'm going to show up with a gallon one day and offer to trade him gallon for gallon.
There you go, man. I would. I really would. I
Yeah,
think it's a great idea.
hell yeah. Yeah, that's a good
Uh,
idea.
Slack says, reckon my gas stations are too cheap for giving away. Giving away honey.
Well, they got to sell them chicken hot dogs. I don't know if y'all got them where you're at, but they got them little buffalo chicken hot dog things, and when they
Well,
sell them, they got the Mike's Hot Honey to go with it.
see, I don't have that down here.
Yeah,
Yeah, pour me another shot for next time somebody calls shots. I'm about out of this Knob Creek. Holy shit, I'm in trouble.
well,
But
if Lisa ain't gonna call shots, I'll call shots.
all right, damn, ding, ding, ding. Woo! I love that Knob Creek. I got
It's
what I'm
good
drinking
stuff.
tonight is the Knob Creek single barrel.
Yeah, I was watching a thing earlier. They was talking a video on Woodford Reserve there in Kentucky, and said it's the only bourbon out of there that is triple distilled.
Huh,
So yeah, that's kind of I thought that was interesting. You know.
yeah. Well, I guess I just see this in the comments. Mark Morgan did say 9 o'clock shot time. Oh, it's 9:30 now. Holy shit!
It's only 8:30 where I'm at. I got all
Oh, yeah.
kinds of time.
You got a half hour to go.
Yeah, that's right.
Slack says next time I make it, I'll send it to you. Okay, yeah, hell yeah, Chad. Or Slacks, hell yeah, buddy. James Sweat, here, let me put that. I have a Gorilla Punch brandy, short age on of the cherry lids part of the bottle. Oh, cool. Good. Cool, James. It's
Hell
good.
yeah.
I'm sorry I won't be there. I wish I could. God damn it. This is one of the biggest events I wanted to go to this year because it's second. I missed the first annual. I wanted to go this year. I just got slapped with homeowner association with a few things that I got to take care of. If I don't, they're going to put a lien on my house, blah, blah, blah. So I got to make sure I take care of it.
You know, James, James got a couple of my lids, and one of his, I don't know what happened, but he said one of his kids got a hold of that white oak lid and did something to it, and now he can't use it. So I'm not sure what happened. They destroyed one of the lids.
Slacks, to answer your question, Slacks, James Sweat is outlaw cop. Yes. And Bubba J. Ha. That's funny. I got you, brother. I thought I recognized you. Damn, I'm way behind on the comments, ain't I? Florida model / trade you some honey. There you go. See, guys trade honey. There you go. I like it. I need to design my next sticker. It's gonna be even better than this one. All right. Slacks, I think I got your stickers. I'm not sure, buddy, but I'm almost sure I did. I got so many here lately that I don't know what I got. I'm going to do it spice next time and then blend it down with my shake.
What's the thing?
I don't want to know. Maybe the ladies want to know, but I don't want to.
I don't need to know nothing.
Oh, shit. Oh, David Dance is calling shots at 9:09. Okay, we got to get caught up here, David. It's 9:30. I'm trying to get caught up.
This is going away pretty quick.
Don't get rid of all of it. I want some. Oh, man. I went down to my pipe. Ding, ding, ding. Chad Lizards. That sounds quality. I can't see the last comment. Y'all pay attention. I have a new invention. I'm getting patent, and it's a game changer. Stay tuned. Hell yeah, buddy. Slacks. Hell yeah, man. I'll stay tuned, buddy. I want to know. I'm interested. I'm always interested in new things. In fact, while we're speaking of new things, and Terry, I don't mean to chime in on you being the main or a special guest or whatnot, but
Dude, we're good.
just so everybody knows, in case people don't already know, Cassie and I are working with Alfredo, the Cuban Cowboy. We're working on a festival here in Florida. We're looking at about the first or second week of March. We're hoping to get this going in around spring break. So it'll be 2025. We've already gone and talked to the mayor and city council about this in Bartow, Florida, which is like basically in the middle of Tampa and Orlando. So just keep that in your minds. Hopefully this will happen. We're working on it. Last weekend, Alfredo and I and Wendy went last weekend to Bartow and talked to the city officials about this, and we're going to try to make this happen. And there will be, as far as I know, don't quote me on this, but as far as I know, we've already talked about this, there will be liquor available. And I've talked to a couple other people as far as distilleries that will be at the event serving alcohol. So there you go.
What part of Florida are you in?
I'm in Orlando.
Orlando? Okay.
Alfredo's in Fort Lauderdale.
Now I got a friend down in Panama City Beach that lives down
Oh my
there.
God. That's where my daughter's at.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he's a realtor down there. If you ever see a Biker Scott Realty, I know
No way.
that's a buddy of mine down there.
Okay. Cassie, I know she'll watch this video later. She's working right now, but dude, I know she'll probably more than likely know him because she does a lot of the biker events. So
Yeah, he's from Kentucky, but he met a girl down there in Panama City Beach and wound
that's
up
where
down
she's
there.
at. That's exactly where she's at.
Yep.
I go up there 2 or 3 times a year. So
Huh.
that's awesome. That's cool to know, man. Small world, right?
Yeah, he's this big old dude, rides a Harley and sells real estate. So
That's awesome. Damn, I'm way behind on these fucking comments.
yeah, what is this game changer state? Is that slacks?
Yeah, that's Slacks.
Game changer?
And then Lisa Day says, yeah, yes, shots. Slack says, yep, me too. Love air distills. I'm doing the same thing. Slacks shows a beer mug or something like that. I'm commenting too much. I'm going into the corner. No, you're doing good, Slack. You're good, buddy. There's not enough comments, as a matter of fact. They're talking about trading stickers for honey. Hey, bro, no, dude. LPR Shine, I'm not happy with you, brother. I'm glad you're here, but I'm not happy with you. I saw Lisa Day, my admin over here. She got some of your shot glasses before I did. What the fuck's up with that, bro?
Where y'all getting shot glasses at reasonable?
Well, they're not cheap, but they're made by the best. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Michaela Hayes does a great job of doing these things. Here's this one I've been drinking out of tonight, my shot glass.
Yeah.
Terry, I'll be sure to send you one just so you have it. Usually I send them out before we do a podcast with the guest, but I'll definitely send you one out along with a handshake or two and let you try out my product. But Michaela Hayes does a great job. They're not cheap by any means, but she also is top quality. And LPR Shine, Brian Key, he'll comment on that as well. I'm sure of it. But yeah, she does a great job. She does a lot of the moonshiners on Master Distillers. She's done stuff for Forged the Fire, all kinds of stuff. She's done stuff for Discovery Channel. So, and she's not that bad. I've had guys before she reached out to me. I had a guy quote me a price on doing my label. I just want to put this out there and say it. If people think that, she's expensive, blah, 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 but I'll just let people know it. I was in Jacksonville living in Jacksonville, as well as living in Orlando. I got hooked up with these guys that started their distillery in Jacksonville called Burlock and Barrel. And I talked to them about going legal, blah, blah, blah. They said, well, you need to get a logo, yada, yada. They hooked me up with their guy. He wanted $3,000 to create my label. And I didn't reach out or say anything to anybody. And then all of a sudden I get this text or email, or it was a text from Michaela Hayes asking me if I wanted her to create my label. I said, well, I don't know. What are you talking about? And I don't remember the price, but it was very, 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 very much cheaper than what this guy had quoted me. And I was like, okay, what can you do for me? We talked probably about 2 hours at the most.
She's in.
And she came up with my label, which you guys have seen it. I'm getting a lot of comments on the label, a lot of positive feedback on the label. Michaela Hayes came up with that for a whole lot cheaper than what somebody else that does it professionally did it. And a lot of people complain that she's too expensive, whatnot, but I'll tell you this. She does a top quality job. She goes above and beyond to make sure that she does a quality job. That being said, you get, like my mom always said, you get what you pay for. Yeah, Michaela Haynes is the one I have do my stuff for me. She did my label. Terry, if you want to reach out to her, she's on. She's a friend of mine. In fact, I've been planning on having her on a podcast. She's very camera shy, but very attractive woman. Why she's camera shy to be on me, but her and her husband Matt are great people. They used to go to all the festivals all the time, but they don't do so much because of certain things. I don't want to go into details about it, but great people, and LPR Shine. They did his. He's very happy. I'm sure of it. Did a great job. I wish I had pictures to show you. I really did, but I don't. Like I said, she's done Discovery Channel's logo. She's done. She did Amanda Bryant's logo, Smoky Mountain Squash Shine's logo, Brian Battle's logo. She's done a lot of them.
It's awesome.
Yeah, she does a great job. All right, James. I hope we're still here. I don't know. I won't promise you anything.
We're mostly here anyway.
Right? Oh, Lisa, you still have some of my root beer? No way. I am on my last couple of shots of root beer. Damn, girl. I'm going to have to see you some more, aren't I? Slack says, evening, Brian, LPR Shine. Wade's still here. I made root beer. If you want the recipe, ask. Slacks, is that post-flavored or distill it? Because I do both. And everybody likes both. So,
I've never been a fan of post-flavored stuff. I like stuff that is flavored during distillation.
Yeah.
I make a peanut butter shine.
No way. I love
I yeah, I do too. And I don't like post-flavored stuff, but that peanut butter shine, man, I'm telling you, you get that peanut butter powder from Sam's Club or Walmart, put it right in your spirit run, and dude, it is so good.
Well, Nick Kalo and I are good friends, and that's how he did his, that peanut butter banana.
Yeah.
And he did that with powdered peanut butter. And I often wondered, I've never tried it myself. I've tried a peanut butter that Hillbilly put out there. He did a recipe on the peanut butter. I tried it. I didn't like it. It's just too frothy for me.
Yeah, he made like a peanut butter wine or something, didn't he?
No, it wasn't a peanut butter shine or wine, but it was, I don't know. I mixed it with my shine. Maybe it's the difference between his bases and mine. I know he likes to do a corn liquor. I do a potato liquor. Maybe that was the difference. I don't know, but dude, I didn't like it. In fact, I still have the jar in the house. It's just sitting there. It's just, you can have it, Phil Billy. Thanks, buddy. But I will say this. I don't mean to knock on Phil Billy whatsoever. Great guy. Super guy. He does have some good recipes. I've tried a couple of his since that. It came out great. Phenomenal. I love his key lime. Oh, my God. His key lime recipe.
His creamsicle's awesome.
Oh, yeah. Both of them. Yes. Both of them are awesome. And, yeah, by all means. But there's a couple of them that he's done that I've tried. I was like, not for me. But, again, and I always say this, everybody has a different taste profile. So it all depends. You and I talked about this earlier, Terry, is it depends on your base spirit,
Hmm.
and it's going to change it. You know, you asked me about the root beer. I can tell you the recipe of my root beer. You're going to make it with corn. It's going to come out totally different. You know, that's all I can say.
Yeah, I've never made a potato liquor,
A lot of
but
people have it. They look at me funny when I tell them that. They're like, "Dude, really?" Like,
I like. The thing is, there's a lot of people out there that like to infuse flavors through thumpers, and I've got that infuser. And like my spiced peach rum or my spiced peach liquor, my spiced peach brandy, it's real good with that infuser. But my regular peach brandy, I do a whole lot better. I take about 8 pounds of peaches and blend it up and put it right in the pot. When I'm just a no thumper,
there you go.
a pot still run, and it comes out so much better.
And a lot of people, I'm glad you said that because a lot of people say when you're making brandy, you don't want a thumper. You just want to run it, distill it one time, and be done.
I
And I hear
don't distill my brandies. I
a lot
do
of
single pass distillation, and what I get is what I get. You get a smaller yield, but you get more flavor.
exactly, exactly. And that's what we're all looking for, right?
Right? Yeah.
You want that flavor. Um, you know, I started making brandies, and I use a thumper all the time. And when I do a brandy, even when I do a brandy, I hear all the time, no, when you do a brandy, you want that one time distill it, and that's it. And I can understand that. I really can because you're going to get more flavor. But if I'm using an infuser or um, when I dump it in with my infuser, I think that adds to it as well. So I think I'm on the same page as that just because of that reason. I always use a thumper because it's part of my process.
Yeah. My spiced peach brandy that I use in a thumper with, and I use my infuser. It turns out real good, and I'll use Royal King sells these spiced peaches in like quart jars or half-gallon jars or whatever they are. I blend that up, and I'll actually just add some extra spices to it, and it turns out great. But
That's
if I
cool.
just want pure peach, then I will blend it up, add it to the pot, and do distillation with no thumper.
All right. That's cool to know because I'm getting ready to do a peach run next week. So I
Everybody's
got,
doing peach runs, man. It's peach
I
season.
got this right back behind me. That right there in that barrel is peaches.
That's right. It's a time of year.
Yeah, it is. David, I want to. I think I'm getting caught up on the comments. I'm to try here. David Dance, I got one shot left, and I hate to finish it. Good stuff. What are you finishing off there, David? Then Slack says on an air still, you don't have to strain anything. I want to try an air still. I would do. I've heard so much about it. You know, it's been on the Moonshine show. Um, I want to try it. I do, especially after hearing Terry talk about his. I think it's going to be harder for me here in Florida than it will be somewhere where you got a basement. It's always cool. The climate's cooler than what it is here. I'm out in the shine shed. It's 100 degrees out here until I get into the winter months, you know. Um, Slacks, it cost me around, let's see, let me put it up there. It cost me around $80 a gallon for honey here. Yeah, no, dude, you're right, Slacks. You're right. Absolutely. It's not cheap. Unless you're a beekeeper, it's not cheap. Unless you can trade, like, like Terry was talking about earlier, is trading. Hey, I'll give you a gallon of shine for a gallon of honey. Dude, why not? I would. I'd do it in a heartbeat.
Yeah,
Um,
they're getting a better deal, you know.
yeah. Oh, they are. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
G-
And
gallon of good shine's worth more than a gallon of good
oh,
honey.
hell yeah, dude. Yeah, we all know that, right? It's like Lisa Day says, the barter system. Yes. Oh, Lisa Day called shots. God damn it, Lisa. You're ahead of Mark Morgan. I can't believe that.
Lisa's gonna be the death of me.
She's death me every podcast. LPR says, Lisa, have you tried any of that package yet? I'm sure she has. I tried oil. She says I tried strawberry. It's awesome. It's very enjoyable. And then Slack says, just be at Hillbilly Jam next year for my wedding. Dude, I will be there. I promise you, I will be there, buddy. Dude, when you announce that, dude, yeah, I'll quit my job to be there. I'll be there, buddy. That'd be awesome. That's so cool that you're doing that. If that was my wife, and I said, honey, we're getting married at Hillbilly Jam, she'd be like, hell no. But dude, that's so cool. That's awesome. Oh shit, Mark Morgan called shots. Damn. Okay. Hey, hey, hey. I think you guys just come on here to see me get drunk.
Yeah, I feel that.
Lisa Day says she'll do a review soon. I think she's replying to LPR Shine. No, no, slacks. I'm not doing shots again. I just did a fucking shot. Dude, I'll come. That's my birthday month. What's your birthday month?
This bottle's almost gone, dude.
Dude. Dude. So is mine. I'm down to about one or two shots. All right, slacks. Hopefully we're still on. LPR Shine says it will be on the way for you. So you want green or brown? Dude, I want the green. I want the green. Yeah, he also talks about when he says LPR Shine says he's talking about Michaela Hayes. She really is. And, sometimes she can be a pain in the ass. She may be watching me or whatever. I don't know. But I'll tell you what, dude, seriously, she is the best. As far as what I've seen out there, there's some good stuff out there. There really is. And it depends what you're looking for. And she'll work with you. If you want comic or whatever look, kind of like what you got now with the guy with the mason jar, she'll work with you, man. She will. And she's very good at what she does. She really is. And a lot of this, like this particular shot glass, it's all hand painted. That's hand painted. So that says a lot. It really does. So she puts her work into it. Then he turns around and says she's very reasonable. Okay. For what she does, I'll have to agree with that. Lisa Day says she will do great. She just has to take a deep breath and jump in. Then she said, we are all here because we aren't all there. You're right about that. David Dance, there's root beer. Lisa, it was 42 there this morning. Are you fucking kidding me, Lisa? Good God, when I woke up, it was 80 degrees.
No, it was like 60 here.
Yeah, damn. I'm looking forward to that weather. I really am. When I go to Winter Jam in Maggie Valley, I look forward to it. Everybody's looking at me like, dude, aren't you freaking freezing? I'm like, no, dude, I love this shit. I do. Last Winter Jam, it was snowing when I was there. It was just a little flurries. It wasn't a lot, but dude, I was loving it. I was. It was like, hell yeah, bring it.
I don't like
Uh,
it any less than about 75 degrees.
Wade says even if you're a beekeeper, it ain't cheap. Yeah, you're right, Wade. No, yeah, you got to keep the bees happy. Uh, yeah, slacks, we're still live. Uh, I'm slacking, but uh, shots. There's Mark Morgan, my shadow,
Dude,
trying to get a good buzz going. This slacks, I went away a while ago. Y'all still live? Yeah, we're still live, buddy. No way, Alfredo's here. Hey, Alfredo, a brother from another mother. How you doing, Alfredo? Yeah, him and Winnie got this thing going on. Went down there last weekend to Fort Lauderdale, and they released her Bam Ale. Very good beer, it really is. I was impressed. And it's made 49% of it is out of the Bam spirits. Uh, Very good beer. I was impressed. I'm not a big beer fan, but that's a good beer. I hope you guys get a chance to try it. I hope it gets out of the market where we can get it to different states other than Florida, which I'm sure Alfredo will make it happen. But dude, that's a good beer. It really is. You guys will like it.
I'm not a big beer fan, but I am curious about the bamboo, you know.
Dude, that bamboo and everybody in fact Alfredo had some of it at the revealing of Woody's Bam Ale. And everybody says the same thing. And even at Summer Jam, everybody was saying the same thing. It's hard to describe because you never had it before. You know, we've all had corn, we've all had potato, we all had rye, we all had wheat, we all had. It's hard to describe the flavor, other than it's earthy. That's about the basics of it. It's very smooth. At 90 proof, I couldn't believe how smooth it was. And uh, yeah, Alfredo, you got something going on there, buddy. I'm glad I'm a big part of it. But LPR Shine says I started keeping bees this year. They are a lot of work. Brian, the fact that you said that, and I want to comment on this. Anybody that wants to keep bees, it's something that you have to stay on top of to keep them tame. If you don't, if you let them just go do their own thing and stay away from them for a while, um, they will go wild because they do change queen. And they will go wild. And when you go to take care of them and keep them and extract the honey from them, they will attack you. I've been ran off before. Just saying. I had the beekeeper outfit with the hood, the gloves, the whole 9 yards. And I got ran down the neighborhood two blocks away because I didn't tend to them enough. But if you tend to them on a regular basis, you'll be okay. They're used to you, and everything will be okay. Terry, I want to say that I think you've got a great product going on, buddy. I want to support you 100%. I will definitely hook up with you. I will order a couple of those lids because I want to do that myself, especially with these brandies. My understanding about brandies is, and I'm going to throw it out there because I mean we all hear different things. We all do research. We Google stuff, and we're told different things. But from my understanding, if you get a clear brandy, if it's clear, it's not necessarily a brandy until it is aged in oak. before it's old aged in oak, if you come out with a clear fruit, it's called a schnapps, just like peach schnapps. When you get peach schnapps, it's clear. But if it's aged, now it's a brandy. It's a peach brandy. That's my understanding of it from my research and Googling and doing other research. That's my understanding of it. So until it's aged, it's not actually a brandy.
I don't know. I'm not real sure, to be honest with you.
Well, that was my question to you, Terry. Is like, do you know that or?
I don't know that. I just know that as moonshiners, we just do whatever the hell we want.
I like that answer. That was the best answer ever.
We do what tastes best.
Yeah.
You've got two options. You got stuff that tastes good, or you got stuff that is high proof and kicks ass, and that's what we're all about. And that I came up with these lids just out of frustration for myself because I wanted to be able to age some product and get some decent results that I wasn't getting from chips or staves. And it once I reached a point where I was making some decent white product, I wanted to be able to age some stuff and get some great product, and I couldn't fill a barrel, not without a lot of effort. So the only way to keep people engaged in this hobby is to make it where they can get the results they want without actually having to fill a barrel. So that was
Yeah.
my whole thought process behind it.
And like your point, it was, you got a 5 gallon barrel. I think my wife got me for my birthday one year a gallon barrel. It's still yet to be filled.
Mhm.
And I've got this 15 gallon barrel that I want to fill. And I'm after shit, dude. It's been 3 years, probably better than 3 years that I've been trying to fill this fucking barrel, and I only have 10 gallons.
Yeah. So I mean it.
Hey, I gotta step away. I'm an old man. I gotta pee. I had a lot to drink. I'll be right back. Keep this going, will you, Terry? Lisa, I wish I could invite you in here so you keep it going for me, but I'll be right back.
Yes, sir.
I don't mean to be rude. I'd rather do that than pee my pants.
It happens. Somebody's somebody's probably in the comments here. Chad Lucas. Yeah, get at me, Chad. You can look up Hillbilly Barrels, Hillbilly Glass Barrels at Facebook, or Hillbilly Glass Barrels at yahoo.com. He just kind of left us here, didn't he? Sweet Johnson grass taste. I don't know what that is. I don't know. My mouse isn't working. Lisa, this would be a great point for you to say something awesome. What is my most asked for kid? You can come get any of them. primarily I have American white oak and cherry wood in stock. So those are the two most prominent lids that I have. He just fucking bailed on us.
Sorry about that, guys.
And there he is.
And of course, that old man pee took longer than normal.
You got to get it started. You know what I mean?
It's like, why you stay right now? You're alone.
No, I got you.
Chip. Oh my God! Talk about earlier, Terry. You were talking about you like doing rums and spice rum. Chip
Yeah.
Lewis came to me at the summer jam. Him and his wife met me out in the parking lot at the pre-party, and he introduced me to some of his rum. And I was like, "This is pretty good shit." Then he introduced me to his spice rum. Dude, I love this fucking shit. This guy makes a hell of a spice rum. Chip Lewis, dude, you are the man for spice rum. You really are. Mama B's in the house. Mama B. Lisa, I'm trying to send you a link, sweetheart. Let me try it again. I don't mean to be rude, guys. It's not uploading. My internet out here and my Wi-Fi kind of sucks out here. And for whatever reason, it's really bad tonight. I was hoping Cassie can help out. But I know she's working, so, you know, it is what it is. I apologize. Terry, I really appreciate you coming on tonight, man. The stuff that you got going on, I'm anxious to use it myself. I'll definitely be ordering some lids from you, especially with this peach. And I love blackberry, so I'm anxious to try these lids with this blackberry that I got.
You know, I've got some blackberry going. It was actually a corn mash that wound up quadruple distilled with blackberries in it and aged on some amberana. And
Ooh, wow.
it's turned out pretty good. I'm not a fan of amberana on whiskey, but I do like it on like some brandies. So
I've never tried Ambriana. I've heard good and I've heard bad about it. So I'd like to try it, just get my personal opinion.
yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of it on whiskey, but it seems to do pretty good on some brandies. I feel like it would do well on apple. It's done well on blackberry,
Really?
but I don't feel like it would do well on banana or mango or even mixed fruit.
All right.
So
That's
yeah, it's
interesting
pretty.
to know. I'm glad you told me that because I'm a big blackberry fan. I love blackberry. Good God,
Yeah,
dude. I love blackberry. Um, so, Ambriana, I'm going to have to try it on my blackberry.
yeah. I've been running a special on my lids recently just because I was so uh, against amberana with whiskey that anybody that ordered a lid got a free amberana cube. So,
Oh, wow. Damn.
but
Well,
I tried it on some blackberry. It was probably more an eau de vie than it was a brandy because it was a corn whiskey infused with amberana or with blackberries and triple and then quadruple distilled and then aged on amberana cubes, and it turned out really good. Um, Not a ton of blackberry flavor to it, but a hint of blackberry with a little bit of that amberana flavor. It's a good drink. So
I'd like to try that. I like heavy on the blackberry.
mhm.
Just to give you an example, people laugh at me about this, and I don't care because, like I say, everybody has their own taste profile.
Yeah.
But one of my favorites to go to is I like sitting when I come home from work and I just want to relax, have a drink when I would just sit back, relax after dinner. Is blackberry on the rocks. It's bird dog. It's the cheapest fucking blackberry you could ever buy. But I'll tell you what, man, for
Dude,
me,
there ain't nothing wrong with bird dog.
dude, it's like $16 a bottle. But you know what? I love it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that bird dog, it's all right. Man, I ain't got no complaints about bird dog.
You know, people laugh at me. Oh, you're buying the cheapest shit out there. Well, it is what it is, brother. I like it.
You damn right I am.
I don't care if it's cheap, if it's the most expensive. If I like it, I like it.
I've bought Ardbeg, I've bought Lefroy, I've bought Glenfiddich, and none of it to me is any better than Evan Williams,
No, yeah, you're right. No, dude. Um, I've had some high dollar blackberry that didn't taste, to me personally, didn't taste any better than bird dog. I was like, yeah.
One of my favorites, I'm a Heaven Hill fan, and one of my favorites is the J.W. Dant Bottled and Bond. It's about $15-16 a bottle, and it's amazing. It's delicious. If you follow that, if you research that on YouTube, there are people out there that are like, "Why is this only, $16 a bottle?"
Because it doesn't sell.
Yeah, it's delicious.
That's awesome. I'll have to reach out to you about that, but I want to try that.
Mm-hmm.
I won't remember this during this conversation, but I'll have to reach out to you and get that.
Looks like LPR Shine started keeping bees this year, so
well, cool.
Maybe we got that honey connection.
Hey, baby, Brian Key. I try to back up on the comments while I was gone. Mama B, here. What you doing, my Mark Shine man? I'm getting drunk. What do you think I'm doing? Mama B, love you, sweetheart. Then Mark Morgan says shots, 10 p.m. call. Okay. Yeah. 10 p.m. shots. All right. I got stuff to do tomorrow, people. Slack says, I want to check his lids out. Don't know his name, though.
Just hit me up, Hillbilly Glass Barrels on Facebook or TikTok, or Hillbilly Glass Barrels at yahoo.com. I'll get you hooked up.
There you go, Slacks. There you go. And Mama B says, there's a new glass barrel follower on Facebook and TikTok. I'm loving it. Oh, yeah, me too, Mama B. I love this idea. I support it 100%. I can't wait to get mine. I'm going to order them tomorrow. I'm looking forward to this. I really am, because I got a lot of different runs I'm doing. I'm doing a brandy run tomorrow. Next week. And right behind it, I'm doing my regular protein, Mama B. Mama B, I do a potato shine. She did a potato shine. It's called protein. And I like hers better than I like my own. She does a good job. She does a really good job on her potatoes.
That's something I've been interested in. Is
it's a pain. It's a pain in the ass. I'll be honest with you. But when you do it on a regular basis. It becomes a regular. That's what I do. It's a family recipe, and it's handed down to me by my great uncle. And, you know, it just becomes a norm after a while. You know what I mean? It's not that
Yep.
hard. Once you get it, you get a routine on it. It's just a regular thing.
It
And I
ain't
will,
about it being pain in the ass. It's about the results, you know?
right. You're absolutely right. Absolutely right. And my daughter Cassie, which y'all know, she one of her first mashes, she did a potato shine, and she's doing a rice shine, which I've always wanted to do, and I've never done a rice. So I think that's why she did it. Kudos to her, right? Um, Lisa, I'm trying to see that link, honey, and it's not letting me. I'm trying, and I'm trying, and I'm trying, and it's just not letting me. So yeah, I want to. Um, it's just not letting me. I'm sorry. You would help me tremendously on this on these comments. So sorry. I wish I could. Um, Ozark Wayne. Yeah, exactly. Hillbilly Glass Barrels at yahoo.com, right, Terry?
Yes, sir. Yeah, Wayne's awesome.
Yeah, he
I
is. I love Wayne. He's a cool
I,
dude,
I wish I had half the skill set he has.
right?
Yeah, dude. It just to be able to have half his knowledge.
Yeah, and that's what you said that, Terry. That's really why I started this whole thing about Morgan's Moonshine page uh, and doing these podcasts is the fact that when I first started 12 years ago, I was going on these groups, and every time I'd ask a question, I would get these replies back that, "Oh, that's fucking old school. You should have known that before you started moonshine," and blah blah blah. And they would shun me, and I was like, "God damn, dude, I'm just coming here asking questions, trying to learn." And that's the biggest part of Morgan's Moonshine page is, if, you know, you might have heard the same question 100,000 times. And if you don't want to answer it, just don't answer it. Just move on. Let somebody else answer it. And but if you answer in a rude way, I'm gonna boot you out. You will no longer be a part of the group. Because there's no dumb question. There really is. We all learned at some point, right? So we got a lot of newbies. This moonshine community has been booming and growing more and more every day. There's a lot more people doing it more and more every day, and they have a lot of questions. I'd rather they know them and by my answers than learning from their own mistakes. So, you know, there's no bad questions. There's really not. Ask away. Ask away.
Yeah, the guys that they're just getting started, man, if you can help them make a better product,
Absolutely. Without
absolutely.
making the same mistakes we made along the
Yeah,
way.
yeah, and like I said, I've only been at it a couple years or so, but you know, I'm the type of person that I don't get into it and uh, whatever it is, whether it's working on cars, anything, I go into it 100%. So um, for me to run between 2 and 5 runs a week is pretty typical, just because I want to learn.
That's a lot.
It really is, and there's times that I'm running runs all the time, and I've always got 3 to 4 to 5 mashes running, um, and I learned something from every single one of them. And I don't know everything, but I'm absolutely willing to share what I learned from them with anybody.
Absolutely. Absolutely. 10 times a day if I need to. And I brought Cassie in here. She got herself out. Cassie, I know you're backstage. Can you bring Lisa Day up here? Because the internet on my end is not letting her come in. So I apologize. Cassie, can you make that happen for me, sweetheart? Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but I'd like to see that happen at least today. Help me keep up my comments. At least today, phenomenal for that. Phenomenal for that very reason. That's exactly
I'm really
why
confused. What happened?
I can't. Whenever I go to Facebook to send Lisa Day the link to come in here, it won't let me. It's just sitting there twirling. It's my internet connection. Can you invite Lisa Day to come in here, please?
You told me earlier that you did it.
I tried and it won't let me.
Oh, that's why I was gonna do it earlier.
We love your cat ears.
Oh, hello. Yes. Hi, I am here. Okay.
Lisa Day, hold on, let me back up all these comments again.
Yeah, I just want to point out
Slack,
that
Slack said he'll.
Cassie comes in here and points out that you can be a part of this without sounding like a drunken idiot.
Thanks a lot, motherfucker.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying that's not me. I'm not
Got
saying
insulted on my own podcast.
she's got a voice for radio, and
Yes,
the
she
rest
does.
of us sound like a bunch of fucking drunks.
Especially this far into it, right?
You know who has a
Absolutely.
great voice for radio?
You do. You really do.
Damon has a good voice for radio. He missed
He
his
does
calling.
too. Yeah.
Damon does. He does have a great voice for radio. But
Yeah.
the
Like he
question
has his own
is,
podcast.
does Damon have a great face for radio?
Well, I mean, radio is
I love his
technically.
beard. He's got a great beard. Okay, Lisa Day says, what is your most asked for, kid?
By far, my 15-year-old daughter. Come get her.
Whoa, wait a minute. I thought we were talking about Moonshine product.
I'm just saying, she does dishes. She'll do laundry. So,
Lisa! Sorry, honey. I tried. It wouldn't let me the whole time. I kept trying and it wouldn't let me. I'm sorry, Lisa.
But if that's supposed to be most asked for lid, the thing is, everybody expects the American white oak. I get a
that's
lot
kinda
of
why-
so as people ask for the cherry lid a lot. Do I have the
Wow.
cherry lid available? So
That's good to know. I want one of both.
yeah,
I want to try both.
I probably got some sitting around here.
Especially when I do this peach. I want to try both on this peach. So I'll be reaching out to you real soon, Terry, and definitely be trying both of those on the peach. I want to try the cherry on the peach. I think it would have a very good note on it. I really do. Cherry on top of the peach.
I feel like it does. In my experience, it does. Typically 2 months or so on a cherry lid with some peach brandy has real good results.
Cool. Chip Lewis, hey, just getting home. You said Outlaw Copper Co.
I'm not seeing any comments.
I'm putting them up there.
Yeah, Lisa, Outlaw Copper Company is a distributor for them as well.
Oh, I see. Okay, you're just behind in comments. Here we go.
Yes, I did, Mama B. Well, no, you're right, Mama B. I went and got some more Coke to add to my Knob Creek, okay?
Mama B's already in bed. You're so behind in comments.
Hi, Mama B.
Oh, how do you function without me?
I don't know.
Trying to keep the comments.
Cheers.
But still works. A little embryonic goes a long way. Wayne, I'm glad you said that, buddy. I have never tried embryonic. I've heard good and bad about embryonic. So, Wayne, if you will, please elaborate on, if you know this, sir, elaborate on what it's good for and what it's bad for. Because, I mean, I've heard good and bad. So, please elaborate.
I have to find my dogs. Why are you so far behind? These
Because I
comments
don't have co-host helping me out.
Okay. Jason and Mama B's gone, but she's taking recommendations on what people would like her poutine
I
to be
think,
flavored with.
Mama B's poutine is better than my potato, and I think it's because she uses raisins. I think that's what the difference is.
Cranberry
Maybe
seems
water?
good.
I don't know.
Shit. Why buy the most? Okay, see, you're so behind on the comments that half of these you probably don't even know what's going on. She homeschools her children.
I'm trying to catch.
All right. Well, James is back. Ding, 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 ding.
Absolutely, Mama B.
And she's in bed already.
Well, I'm trying to catch up.
Just skip over everything. Let's go to Michaela Hayes. Hello.
Michaela's
Doing
here?
good.
No way.
Yeah.
Kayla.
She said thanks because she got tagged in the comments earlier for
Absolutely.
shot glasses and stuff.
Michaela Hayes, dude, I'm telling you, Michaela Hayes makes the best label and product by far. I will not argue that. Is she the cheapest? No, she's not. But again, you get what you pay for. You really do. Am I happy with what I have? Hell fucking yeah. She makes a great product. Everybody comments on my shot glasses, on my labels, on everything I put out there. It's done by Michaela Hayes. And, because she's top quality. She goes over and over. She'll send you samples of what she has in mind before she puts it out there. And she'll ask your opinion and questions before she actually puts it out there. So that's why I go with Michaela all the time. I can give somebody else my ideas and what I want. They'll just put it out there. Boom, there it is. There you go. But Michaela, well, if you add this, or if you do this, fuck yeah, you just made it better. Okay, Michaela, thank you. Seriously.
James is calling you out for not keeping track of the comments.
I'm sorry, James.
And then
I am bad about it. That's why I look for my co-host.
Didn't James go to the store or something though?
If anybody else didn't call it, I'm calling it. Shot. That was my last shot of not Creek. That was it.
Verona adds a cinnamon note, but if you leave it too long, it goes to cat pee pee.
Ew.
Michaela got here late. So did I. I just got here. Been here for 5 minutes. She loves you.
Yeah, I love Michaela. She's awesome. Her husband,
James
Matt's an
wants to
awesome
go
guy,
Michaela.
too. Seriously. Those two are a great couple.
Yeah,
Great couple. They're a big part of the Moonshine community. And like I said, they did Tracy Arvin, Smoky Mountain Slush Iron, Amanda. They did Amanda Bryant's logo. She did Bryant Battles logo. There's so many. I can't mention all of them. There's so many she's done.
She's done
a great-
everyone's. If you've seen them on Master Distillers, she's done it.
Pretty much, yes.
You have to go get my goddamn dog. He's squeaking a toy right in front of the bedroom door.
Uh-oh.
Big old glasses. I get a scratch on my face. My other glasses sit on it, so I have to wear these grandma glasses.
You mean Amanda Bryant? Ew. What are you talking about, dude? I love Amanda. She's a sweetheart. Her and Jay are good people. We get along great. We, Terry. Oh, okay. Okay. You're being sarcastic. Okay. I was like, dude, we don't talk negative about people. Not on my page.
Whew.
Yeah,
No,
you're right. You're right, Michaela. Dude, I can't say enough about Michaela. I really can't. She's come up with ideas. I give her my ideas, and she revamps them, and I'm like, okay, and people love it. So, you know, um,
Yeah, we're already talking about all
that's
this.
all I have to say about it. Is she's great, really, honestly. And Matt supports her 100%.
I hope she sees this now.
Uh,
He was just kidding.
I just finished off this bottle of Knob Creek because Terry uses the. Oh, I got a little sip left. She uses, or he uses, the barrel lids of Knob Creek for his lids on Hillbilly glass barrels.
You don't want to know what I'm drinking, Michaela. I'm not even sure I'm
Uh, That's it.
happy
I'm
with
done
this
with the Knob
choice.
Creek. Knob Creek is gone.
I decided to try something that was on sale at the Winn-Dixie, and now I made a lot of really bad decisions today, and this is just one of them.
Okay.
It is a
What the
strawberry
hell is that?
limeade. It is a strawberry limeade 12% wine mixed thing. I saw 12% and said, yes, $3.99. Yes, 3
I
glasses
would
of
rather,
wine.
I
Yes.
would rather you show that you're drinking one of your kombuchas.
I'm not drinking a kombucha. I don't want to go poo poo.
All right.
I had a little bit too much kombucha a couple weeks ago and said, I think I'm good for a while.
There you go. I get it. I get it.
Wait a second.
It
Wait a second.
does. It does affect your innards. Yeah, definitely.
You have to get used to it, but it is good for you. Um,
No way, Michaela. Michaela, this girl always goes above and beyond you guys. That's why I say you cannot go wrong with Michaela. Oh my God.
aw.
Honey, stop. Love you, sweetheart.
Yay. I have a lot of flasks,
I don't.
and I never use them. I'm pretty sure I
Michaela,
can point in
you
one
and Matt
direction and
both
there's
are-
one.
Michaela, I tell you, if once you go with Michaela, you start working with Michaela, she will go above and beyond for anything you do. I promise. She always does. Always.
I have to catch up. Look at the little baby still.
Uh,
What the hell is that?
You gave this to me for Christmas.
Oh,
You're like, oh,
the
make it into an ornament for your tree. And I just now have it sitting over here.
That was made by Tracy Bumgarner.
It's just sitting on a bunch of scobies.
Scooby.
If you insist, yes, the
A
lives are
gallon flask? Oh my God.
Shh, you're so loud.
No, I'm reading the comments. Michaela just said, love you too. It's 1 gallon flask.
Why is it so loud?
Like 7 pounds. pocket.
Holy crap.
Lord have
Gallon?
mercy. Stop messing with your settings.
I'm not messing with my settings.
You did, because I just went to edit your mic settings and it was all the way up.
I haven't messed with my mic settings since I started.
Okay, I got to catch up. Hold on. Let me chug this real fast.
Terry said he couldn't hear me, so I turned up my mic. That was at the beginning of this podcast.
Decisions were made.
Terry,
Crushed it.
anything you want to add about your product?
No, I think we covered it all pretty good. I mean, it's designed for guys that
And
either
gals.
are and gals that are experimenting with small runs or not producing a lot of product, and gives them an option to get great results. So,
And that being said, I'm glad you brought that up, because my daughter Cassie, who's here as my co-host, is along with Lisa Day. Cassie started off with a Vever.
Mhm.
I
And,
haven't started off yet.
well, very soon you got the mash going,
I've changed my plans.
and I want her to reach out to Bruiser, as you have, with that cap. I love that cap, dude. That's perfect. It's exactly what she needs.
that cap's awesome.
Yeah, and it is not as expensive as anybody else. So, if he can do that for Cassie, by all means, and I support that 100%. And with that being said, the fact that what the setup that you have, sir, is very similar to hers. So you and her can connect big time, and you can help coach her on what she's getting ready to do.
I don't even want to tell you what I'm doing. I have scratched the whole Vevered plan. I canceled the order
What?
today.
Oh my God.
Never
mind. Never mind.
Butt thickens.
Well, I hope if you scratch the whole Bever plan, I hope you're going through Bruiser.
No, I'm
Oh,
in a no. Listen, I am in a do-it-yourself mode. I want my first still. I'm just gonna build it by myself. You're gonna think I'm
Well,
crazy, but
listen.
it's happening. It's happening. I found an empty keg for $20. I'm going that route.
For what it's worth, I probably ran about a year and a half off of a 20-quart thrift store pot. That every time I ran it, I had to make flour and bread dough, just mix it with water to make a gasket so that it would work. And
Yeah.
it was great. It was amazing. It was some of the best liquor I've ever made. Some of the worst too. So you can do a lot of stuff off of your own. And when I upgraded to a Vever pot, I got a hold of Bruiser and had a inch and a half tri-clamp, and he made me a cap for it, and it worked really good. So you can do a lot of stuff on your own. So
yeah, let's see. Michaela asks if you do any small half-gallon stills for usage or display.
yeah, because I just do the wide mouth lid so that you can age your product. So
Trying to find the flask she was talking about.
Yeah, Camden.
I see the post. I just don't see. That's the small one. Where's the big boy? I'm just going through all of them, like hoping I don't. Oh wait. Oh, okay, here it is. It's here, but Michaela, is the Louisiana Moonshine Company one the half gallon or 1 gallon one? No, no, it can't be. Yeah, I just cycled through them. I can't see it. Trying to find it. I wanted to see this behemoth thing. Okay, so anyways, oh my god, he's gonna hate me. So I okay. First of all, I'm really big at doing it yourself. I kind of was tuning in and out throughout the night while I could, but I am one of the people of 35 under that can change their own oil and do their own things on their car. Um, in part because I ended up having a really crappy car, and Mark was like, "Hey, I'll just buy all the parts, but you have to figure out how to put it on." Solid deal. Okay, the big one is the Louisiana Moonshine. So, anyways, the more and more that I started looking into just the different like tiny stills that you get like for like the stove top and everything like that, I just started adding more and more to like things that I wanted to change, because the Vever still, the 8-gallon pot that I was going to get has such a tiny thumper and a tiny condenser. So I thought about, hey, what if I just take some 12-quart stainless steel pots and convert that into a thumper and a condenser?
Mm-hmm.
And then it just kept growing and growing and growing. And then I went on to Craigslist. I found somebody who was selling a keg for $20, and I said, I'm on it. So I'm just going to create, I'm going to solder it myself. I'm going to create a column. I'm probably going to create like a 4 mason jar, like the 64-ounce big boy. Those are 64 ounces, right? The really big ones.
Gallon.
This one's 32, right? Yeah, right. A gallon. I want to do like a 4-way with bypasses. It's just developing into a monster at this point. But hey, the Vever still was like $120. And then I was going to add all this stuff onto it. So that when I found the keg for only 20, I was like, holy crap, now I have all this extra money to buy things to make it what I want it to be. But of course, I'm only going to be using this for a little bit before I go and buy a copper one. I just don't want to start with a copper one, screw it up. So all of the columns and everything are going to be copper. I'm just gonna wing it. And I'm going to record the entire process of me making it. This may or may not be a bad idea. I'm going to do tri-clamps, everything. I don't know where he went. I thought he was just going to go to the restroom. But anyways, I found the big bad boy that Michaela was talking about. Oh, he came back. Look at it. That is massive.
Love it. Oh my God. That's awesome. Michaela. So cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Wow.
Holy crap. Anyways, yeah. You missed my whole spiel. I'm basically building a keg thing.
No, I get it, honey. You're fine. We'll talk about it later. You're good.
Yeah, I mean, we can talk about it all you want to, but it's still happening.
No, I did not dip out.
He came back.
I'm here, of course. I'm here till the end.
Nice. I've done a lot of research. I don't like to do things without research, so I've got it for the most part down. But if I do need any help, I will reach out to you. Thank you. But I have no doubt in myself.
I did not realize until, uh, actually, I realize it every time I do a podcast. Terry here is very knowledgeable. You reach out to Terry. He's very knowledgeable about all this. Chip, everybody in here is very knowledgeable about the moonshine and what stills to use and what not to use. And we all have our own ideas and our own input. So, Cassie, whatever you decide to do, I support you 100%. You know that. So,
Everything just started getting too big for the stove in the kitchen. I have a tiny kitchen, so I was like, okay, what if I get a portable like burner? And then I was like, well, what if I just get something big enough that I can just shove an electrical element into it and just get a variable box and call it a day?
are you kidding me? I love your kitchen.
It's so small. It is so small. If I start putting a bunch of stuff in there, it's not gonna. Anyways, that's all I had to say.
Yeah, just
Kilo
like
shit. Be right back. I chugged
Just like
this, so
if I can help at all, just holler at Cassie. Wade can help you 100%. Wade, I love you, brother. And I told Cassie that from the beginning. Between you and Bruiser, you guys can help him out or help her out a lot, and as well as with Terry. And that's why I do this, just because everybody in here that comes on here is part of Morgan's Moonshine Group. Cassie, I'm not worried about what you do whatsoever. Everybody can give their own input, and you're going to get your own input out of it, and you're going to do what you want to do. Mark Morgan, I don't have a shot. Wait, maybe I have a shot. Where's that shot?
I know I
Got a shot somewhere.
just did the last of your 100 root beer. That's really good. It is really good.
I'm going to send some of that over to Terry so he can have some of that. Terry, we're going to do a handshake. I want to try some of that with Randy. And you would have some of my 100 proof root beer.
It's really good. It is really good. The colder, the better.
Almost still here.
Mark Morgan, what size of a still did you start off with in the beginning?
I started off with a 5-gallon Obama still. And I'll tell you what, I ran that son of a bitch. I ran it to the ground. I really did. In fact, it's right here behind.
You do know your camera, right, Mark?
Oh, shit. I don't tear it up. There it is.
Hey, Mark, your camera's off.
My camera's off?
Yep. You're just a little black box that talks to us.
Oh, shit. I see me. What the hell? No, it's there. I see it. There you go. That's what I started off with. 5-gallon.
It's a mystery.
why are we staying calm?
Mark's going to turn the camera on.
What was that? What?
Mark's camera.
I see me. Why don't you see me?
I see him.
I don't
Uh-oh.
see. He's a black box.
I see him. Uh-oh.
Lisa,
Uh-oh.
it's you, Lisa.
Way to point the blame elsewhere. Yeah,
Well,
he's on.
Can you see him? Am I the only one that can't see him?
You're the only one that can't see him.
Oh my!
You weren't meant to see him anymore.
Wow.
Apparently we're taking double shots.
Oh my God. I can't
I'm
do
not
it
taking
anymore.
shots. I'm drinking. That was really loud. My bad.
Yeah, I have this. I started off with a 5 gallon because a buddy of mine reached out to me years ago and wanted me to start doing a beer. And I looked into it, and I like beer. Don't get me wrong, but I like whiskey more. When I started looking into the cost of making beer, I was like, "Well, fuck! What the hell? That's expensive. All the shit that I have to buy to make a beer. What's the cost of making whiskey?" So I looked into it. It was $400 for that 5 gallon still I just showed you. And I was like, I'm in. I want to make whiskey. And that's where it started.
I got suckered into this.
What about you, Terry? How'd you get started? What did you start with and why? Terry?
Uh-oh.
What did you start with first still? What was your first still?
Uh-oh. I think we're all having technical difficulties now.
Apparently.
Him on the other phone. It's him over here.
Can you... Uh-oh.
Hey, James Aubrey. How you doing, brother?
Luna's not very happy, but she keeps looking at me, so she wanted it to be held all 60 pounds, 70 pounds. Yeah,
Terry,
she's judging.
Terry, what was your first still you started with? Is it the one you're still running, or
Hold on, I think
start
we've
off with
lost.
something different?
Hold on. Oh, okay, she's trying to leave. Goodbye.
I don't know if he can hear us.
Apparently not. Terry, you still there?
He
Terry,
got
can you hear
started
us?
with a 5-gallon homemade still, but I don't think he can hear. Or I don't know what's going on.
Damn it. Let me see if I can change this.
Can you hear us?
Can you hear us?
Okay. Okay. Cool.
We were asking what you started off with as far as your still. Jerry? You said you can hear us.
He's typing it out.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a 5-gallon homemade still.
That's weird.
All of the stuff that you're typing is going into a private chat, so no one else can see it. Is your mic working?
There he is. Hear him now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Now we can. Yeah.
No, I bought a literally at Goodwill, like a 5-gallon pot, and started with that.
Cool. Nothing wrong with that.
No,
We all
it
started
works.
somewhere. Go ahead, buddy.
No, I was just going to say that's where I started with, you know.
Good night.
Dave Aubrey says his was a 10-gallon. We're at a 15.5 now, building a 35 gallon. Chip says, good night, y'all. Love, joy, and peace. Love you, Chip. Really do, buddy. You make a great product. That was your judging face.
That was
LPR.
Luna's judging face.
Private mess to be LPR. We got to hook up, buddy. I want one of those shot glasses. At least today you saying goodnight. What the hell?
She's saying good night to the people. You do this every single time she does that.
I know, right?
She's saying good night to them because they're going to bed.
I got to start writing night. Night.
All right, Brian.
Maybe we should just make signs.
Good
Good
night.
night. Shot.
Right?
Yeah.
Maybe we should. I don't know. Maybe we should. Hey,
Yeah,
that
James,
being said,
James, I feel you, dude. I started with with about a 2-gallon crock pot, so it gets it done.
hey, you know, my brother reached out to me a long time ago. And he moved out to. He went from high society to out in the middle of nowhere. And he reached out to me and wants to start making his own shine. He just wants it for self-consumption. And I told him, I said, dude, you'd be probably better off to do a Weber and just go from there. If you want to do it for self-consumption, do it as cheap as possible and just go with a Weber. You'll be fine.
Yep.
Especially if you just do it for self-consumption. Oh.
And
Yeah.
then there's me, where my ideas start spiraling out of control. Why? Because I haven't been on my medication in days, weeks, years.
I think I got one shot left in here. Anybody call shots? Because I'm ready to do a shot. This is the last one I got.
I don't have a shot.
Well,
Should
you
I
know,
do some coffee?
those Vevers, a lot of times, you know, it's what you got to work with. So they give you a decent amount of feedback, and you just work with it.
Yep. And, you know, with that being said, like what you're talking, what we've been talking about all night, is you can change all that with when you add oak or what, cherry or whatever, you know.
Mhm.
And with what you're talking about, Terry, with your flavored lids, dude, that's a game changer. It really is.
Yeah, for somebody with a small setup, it really makes a difference. So
Yeah.
it can really change the game for them as far as somebody at what they want to experience as far as what they're producing. So
Absolutely. I love it for the idea of me doing different kinds of runs, different mashes. I can try different flavors and different mashes to your uh, lids to bring it a different flavor. Dude, it's experimentation at that point. That's what all of it is.
I think Cassie just had some sort of something happen. I don't know.
Got something going on.
She had a moment there.
Sky is falling.
But yeah, as far as rum is really something that I love, and just to be able to um, age that or use second use lids and have an effect on the product that I get. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. Yeah. We all try different things and whatnot. We try to add to rums or whatever it is to get a different flavor, something that's going to fit our profile as far as taste.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, aging is a big difference. It really is. When you start getting those notes from the wood, a huge game changer. And when you can do it on a small level, like what you're talking, Terry, huge, huge. I
Yeah,
appreciate you. And that's why I brought you in tonight. You know, I wanted to go over this stuff with you because of that very reason.
yeah, absolutely. And the shots and stuff, it makes a difference. But but being able to age product for a shorter term and be able to kind of predict the outcome, it's a big deal. It helps to
We're
make
all, at the end of the day, we're all impatient. We want to taste the product. We want to do that. If I can do that sooner than later, absolutely. So what you came up with, sir, is phenomenal. Yes, absolutely. I want to taste it sooner than later. If I put all this stuff in a 15-gallon barrel, I'm going to have to wait a year.
Yep.
You know, versus I can put it in a quart. Oh yeah, I can taste it in 3 weeks. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, and that's exactly the point. So you've put it as well as anybody can.
Sorry, there were jets a flying, and then my washer started squeaking, and I was like, "What is happening?"
Good night, Wayne. Wayne, it's always a pleasure, sir. You're more than welcome to come in here anytime, Wayne. I had you on a podcast before. I want you back. Wayne, you're very knowledgeable. Appreciate you 100%. Good night, Wayne.
See you, Wayne.
Now I'm singing Backstreet Boys. Thank you.
You cannot leave. You cannot have Wayne leave us, and then you are Backstreet Boys. So
No.
Well, Mark said that he wanted him back on the podcast. So I started singing. No, that was In Sync. My bad. I want you back. Now.
Well,
You know what? I can't wait for the one day that we actually show up to one of these festivals and I just come in carrying a karaoke machine and I'm singing as we're walking the entire time. I want to just annoy everybody. I think it would be really funny. Or like I show up at like an after party and here's the machine and I'm just singing nothing but Creed or In Sync. I always go to Creed because Creed has gotten popular again. It's been like 20 years
know,
since
right?
all of their songs and stuff, or 25 years. So like everyone's doing like tours for like those like anniversaries and stuff. So oh my gosh.
you're gonna have to get with my daughter on that. So
You're like me, Terry. I'm the same way. Yeah, get with my daughter.
Absolutely, she will love that. Like you guys will be besties.
You can't hear the noise that's happening, can you?
No.
Okay, good, because holy noise. I just read eyes and then noise and just mix. Why do you have a nasty scratch near your eye?
Can
Me?
you hear?
Yeah.
My dogs. I was running my dogs. It's bear season here, and my old dogs don't run. But I'm teaching the little dog, and she come out of the tree, and she came right across my face with her
Ooh.
Oh shit!
ear. Get a good look.
Well,
My eyes a little bit
it's-
black and blue.
oh no.
So behind these
The
clouds.
the only time I've had a black eye was when I fell off of a scooter in Nashville. I
I remember that.
I I jumped off because I was like, nope, and I tried to catch myself running, and then I just spun, and then my face is the last thing that hit the concrete. I broke the orbital bone. I had a hairline fracture, but I had a nice black eye happening. Oh my gosh, so bad.
Oh my!
I don't even know where to start with that.
And
I was
wait,
not drunk. I was
wanna
not drunk.
back-
I'm just
no
uncoordinated.
bullshit.
I
Bullshit.
wasn't. I wasn't. We had been steady. Okay, so we had gone to different breweries and I was having a beer here, a beer there, but it's because I knew that we were riding the scooters. And we literally spent like 7 hours at these different breweries and I had like 3 beers.
It doesn't
You were
mean you
drunk.
weren't
I wasn't
drunk.
drunk. I wasn't drunk. No. I wasn't drunk with the amount of food that we ate and stuff. No. Harrison flew down this mountain and I was like, oh Lord help me. So tried to go down it slow and then just got out of control.
Listen, Mark's face tells me you were drunk when that happened.
I wasn't. It was my 30th birthday. I tried. Well, I obviously wasn't drunk because I opted to go out like a different route than going through Broadway. So
Down the hill we went.
Harrison is Kathy's fiance, and to hear Harrison's
saying
story,
that.
she was drunk.
you
She
keep
was
saying
drunk.
that,
Yeah.
but do you see anything right here? Because I don't.
There's nothing
Something's
there.
sneezing.
Well,
Um,
I won't comment on that.
it's in a safe.
There you go. Thank you. You commented on it.
I only went to 2 breweries, and
Only two.
when we
Yeah.
for the time we started on the scooters to the time I fell off the scooter was 7 hours. But we had gone through the whole country music museum first. We were doing things in between the breweries, but I found 2 breweries that I really liked up there.
Shot.
The Jackalope Brewery. And listen, we had been there for a week at that point. It was our very last night there, and I was tired. I was tired.
I'm just saying 2.5 breweries. That's okay. Whatever.
Exactly. That's my point.
Three double tequila shots. Is this what are you referring to? No, honestly, it was. We had been there for a whole week. We did like the whole wedding thing. Like the night before was like an open bar at a country club, and then we just went hard the entire time. So by like the 6th night, I was spent. So that's why we opted to do the scooters, and we went to the 2 breweries I wanted to see. We spent more time playing Battleship
Lisa?
and Jenga against each other than anything else. So I actually was not drunk. Oh well. Oh,
Battleship and Jenga does not necessarily preclude alcohol.
I won. So obviously, once again, not drunk.
I'm trying to pour a shot, and I poured it all over my leg.
Yeah, because you took your last shot and you said it was your last shot, and then you decided to pour more in there. So
I'm out of the shy shit. I got shit out here,
I have a brewery. Brewery. It is literally probably like a 7-minute walk from me.
You're right, James. Thanks for saying it, buddy.
I wasn't 7 hours in one brewery. It was 7 hours on scooter adventures around to like different things. Sorry, I started it off completely wrong. That's why y'all are thinking that I was like
Meanwhile,
drunk
as
as
I'm
hell.
running around, I got a beer in my hand.
Oh, na, 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 just a drink in my hand. What is that song?
Oh my God.
Down. And I'm
I
gonna
think
do just a drink in my hand.
I
What the
spilled
heck?
shit all over my
Anyways,
leg. It looks like I pissed my pants.
well, at least no one would have known. And then you said something. No, it wasn't just in one brewery. So I went to the Country Music Hall of Fame, went to one brewery, we went to the RCA record studio, and then we went to another brewery, had dinner. There was a Nashville Predators game going on because they were in the playoffs that year, and then hightailed it out and fell off a gosh darn mountain.
So where are you heading next week?
Huh?
Where are you headed next week? Wait, let me regroup and rephrase that. You're getting ready to go out of states and go overseas, correct?
Not next week.
That's why I corrected myself.
I'm going to London, England. On
Welcome
November
over, lovely.
6th. That was the one thing I learned in my Harry Potter classes at Universal Studio. Do not fake a British accent. So I would like walk around backstage like, "Hello, governor."
Oh, yeah.
They only had a couple don'ts, and it was saying, "Do not say you know Harry Potter. Do not say that you know Ron, Hermione, Professor Snape, Professor. You don't know anybody. You're just a person in the wizarding world." And then the second one was, "Do not talk in a fake accent. If you're from there, cool. Just don't do it."
You know, it's funny you say that because when we went over to Egypt, we were constantly trying to talk like Egyptians.
Did you try walking like an Egyptian too?
Yeah, we did that too. I rode the camels, all that. But yeah, it was funny. Yeah, they picked it up right away, and it's funny because when you're over there, they want to convert everything to John Wayne. Oh, you know John Wayne?
Yeah.
You know John Wayne.
I'm sure they probably don't do that anymore. That's such a long time ago. No
Mark,
offense.
What you got here, Lisa?
peach cobbler.
Peach cobbler. Oh yeah,
That's yours.
that's the best.
Oh, it is. It's my favorite. I am savoring.
I'm surprised you have any of that left.
Oh, me too. I have a small hit every night after dinner. It's like, oh, so good. Like,
I tried to make a sign for good night, and you can't even see it.
I need to make more of that.
oh, it's phenomenal. It's really good.
Yeah,
Perfect.
post flavor peach cobbler pie is one of my favorites and one of my best. It really is. Came out really good. Terry, I'll have to send you some of that. I do have very little of that left, but I will send you some. So
It is so good. That was my favorite out of them all.
I don't think Terry heard me.
I don't know. I still can't see you.
Well, don't do anything. Don't refresh or anything like that, because Lord knows when you come back, you won't be able to hear or talk or things like that. So. Hold on one second. Hold on. How about now? Can you see him now?
Yes, I
I
can.
did it. Did you try to turn it off and on? Okay.
I love you, Lisa.
James said good night. So Okay, I obviously should never write because do you see how the I and the T has become a box?
Yeah.
Good no.
Good
It's
no.
supposed to say good
Good
night,
knowing you.
but good night, James.
Lisa Day, I will be reaching out to you soon about something that Cassie and I have going. So we want you to be a part of that. So
This is why I can't leave you alone because you just start talking about things on
I
the
know, right?
interwebs and
I
stuff.
do.
You're not supposed to be talking out loud about it.
I just want people to know that we got things in the works.
And then it takes months for it to happen, and then other people do it.
Yeah. You're right. You're right.
We have a couple of different podcasts that are going to be happening that are far from the norm.
Couple of
And
weeks.
not a couple weeks. It's probably going to be like next month.
Cool. Very cool.
Well, I have to make sure that certain people are available for it. And, schedules conflict when you're trying to get big name people involved
You're
with
right,
things.
you're right. That's why you're my
So-
daughter, and that's why you're my co-host. You're right.
Anyways. Wow.
All right, James. Good night, buddy. James, love you, buddy. You're welcome here anytime. I'll be getting you on a podcast soon, James.
What are we shushing? Oh, we're shushing him because he needs to stop talking about the things we're doing.
Let's talk before I shoot.
It's okay though, because it's going to be really cool. It involves Mark wearing a wig because it's the only way he's allowed to be involved.
Oh my God. No, never mind. I won't go into details. I'm sorry.
I know you already threw away your other wig, but you're going to have to invest in another wig if you want to be a part of anything. So,
apparently, I was just going to let you run with it.
I know. That was a joke.
We lost Terry.
He
had to go pee.
Probably.
That's all good. We're having fun. We always have a good time. Always do.
Tune in next time.
I need to go pee.
Tune in next time for the next episode of Dragon. No. I lost it.
Texting in cursive there. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I know. I was trying to figure out what he was trying to say. I think he was trying to say, "I'll BRB." He's back. Hello.
He's back.
He's worn a wig multiple times. He actually got a wig made. He went and had he spent a lot of money on it too. It was like a real hair wig at a store where a lady did it all up for him, and he did it for an 80s party. But it was my cousin Sarah's 40th birthday. It was great and everything, but he didn't take care of it, so it just got matted and gross or whatever. Yeah. But we're not going to talk anymore about the wig.
How about the fire?
Just don't the solids. I'll figure it out.
He's back.
More
back
important,
again.
Terry's back.
Guess who's back? Tell a friend. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? It must be one of those days where I just turn everything into a song.
No.
Terry, I think we covered all the aspects of your product, and I want to thank you for coming on, sir, and sharing all this information with us. I will definitely be reaching out to you, and I want to be a part of your product to help me do my moonshine. So sir, I appreciate you 100%. You've got a lot of knowledge. The people you're connected with has about a lot of knowledge as well. So here I am slurring my words. I
See, senor.
Oh, I hope your phone's ringing off the hook. I hope it, boost your sales. Get some word out.
Why
I'm
am
glad you're
I?
part of. Oh, I'm really glad that you're part of Morgan's Moonshine Group and that you came on here tonight to share your information and your product. And I really appreciate you, sir. 100%. I'm waiting for some feedback from Terry.
I don't know if he can hear us. He might not be able to hear us. He thinks we're all staring at him.
Hello.
Terry, you good, buddy?
Do you like typing more than you like talking? Hear you.
He said that apple, brandy. So
He said, "Yes, sir. Anything I can do to help, it's all good."
cool, buddy. You're more than welcome here anytime, and I want you back as a guest, as well as coming in on the comments. So you're more than welcome anytime, sir. Seriously. It was a pleasure having you on the podcast as a special guest. And all I can say is I respect you 100%, sir.
I used to be like a voice actor over at Universal Studios for certain rides. Like when you would come into the ride, because he's saying that I have a voice for radio, and he says thanks. That means a lot to him. But I used to usher people into rides and tell them what to do. So
Cool.
that's why you think I have a voice for radio, because I had to be animated. Welcome all new passengers.
Terry,
Make your way onto the loading platform.
Terry, with that being said, have I not met your wife? I think I met your wife. I'm not sure if I did or not.
Terrible. Terrible.
Slow
I mean, it's
text.
okay.
Camden.
It's just sugar.
I'm not sending text, so my texts aren't slurred. My words might be, but
Texting in cursive.
It says, I'm not sure I've met my wife. I can't be here anymore. I can't go to That's the point where you know what? God is great, beer is good, and people are crazy. Quote Billy Currington.
absolutely.
Put it on the t-shirt.
Terry,
But women are crazy too.
thanks for coming on, buddy. You're more than welcome to hang out with us. Obviously, we're all drunk.
I don't want to say this stuff out loud now because y'all have a loving relationship to where you joke back and forth, because that's hilarious.
All righty.
He's drunk.
Coming from the
Everyone's
daughter.
drunk. This will happen. I'll say that out loud. Why
Hey, y'all
does
be
everyone
fair.
try to get rid of their wives?
No one's stepping up to take them. That's the thing.
Keeping the rest of this, you wake up in the middle of the night.
You bought the cow. You keep the cow.
Yeah.
I may have messed up with drinking this. This is not the vibe, guys. This is not the vibe. Ugh.
Terry,
I have to go check
I
out
want to
Blanche.
make sure I say that into this, I want to make sure I say I appreciate you 100%. Appreciate your product, what you're putting out there. It's absolutely wonderful. I'm looking forward to trying it out personally versus using chips or spirals. So that being said, I will be ordering some very soon, and I will be doing a review on it as well. Jerry, can you hear me?
Yeah, he's typing in the Prevento chat.
Oh, private chat. Okay. I see private chat. I will, buddy. Okay, buddy. Yeah, I see you, buddy. I'm with you.
Man, a lot of homework to do tomorrow. This sucks.
Terry, what you're typing into is the private chat.
He knows that.
Okay.
Oh, he does. He does not know that. Okay, well, you could just speak out loud, but
You're good, buddy.
I don't know shit. I don't know a damn thing about any of this.
You're good,
you could
buddy.
have just been talking this entire time. But I feel like you've defaulted into like normal. Like I'm watching the podcast, so let me just type into things.
I don't know a damn thing.
That's okay. I'm pretty sure that we're all pretty messed up at this point. I chugged. Did you see me chug the one thing of this? I sat there and drank the whole thing. 12%. Why did I do this? Oh, Lord have mercy. I have to get with you because I'm going to need a lot of those because the first two things that I'm running through the still are all whiskey. I need lids with things to age them and be like, yeah.
There was a lot of this when I started.
Now there's a little bit of this.
Yeah.
I'll confess to that, sir.
That's normally what happens. My desktop is. Let's take a gander over here. This is from the
I
other
want to say
night.
goodnight
What is?
to my shadow who's saying goodnight. I want to say goodnight, Mark Morgan.
It's like a half full thing of bread and buttered alcohol things. Look how pretty this is, first of all. Can we just appreciation post for this new computer I just bought? Look how pretty that is. Wow. Anyways, I have like I don't smoke. I don't smoke. What is this?
Get
Looks
rid
like
of it.
Marlboro menthols.
Wow, look at that. Yeah. No, this is gone. That was full. It's gone. This doesn't have money on it anymore. Very sad about that. I can always use a Lowe's gift card. You want to give me money? Give me a Lowe's gift card. I'll spend it before I even get it. Huh?
Huh?
I did. I actually, when we went to Lowe's the first time when we were in Maggie Valley, I used this.
Yeah.
I feel like
And then
she's
we
been
went back
going
the
on
third-
and on about
second and third
Lowe's for a
time.
minute.
Okay,
What's that,
you don't
Terry?
understand. I love Lowe's. We get a military discount. My
Lowe's is great.
my boyfriend is a veteran,
Hey.
so
If it was not for Lowe's, we would not have done a moonshine run in Maggie Valley.
if it
That's
wasn't for
right.
my brain and your
you.
meltdown that I saved
I
us.
I did. I had a
He-
meltdown. I was freaking out. And Cassie pulled me through. And we went to Lowe's. We got the heating element we needed to do a run of the Moonshine at Maggie Valley. So yes, Cassie, I praise you.
He was freaking out. I woke up.
I
We had
was.
only been asleep for like maybe 6 hours, and he's like, we got to do all this stuff because we've got to make sure that this run is good. We don't have enough food, and like we had enough food. We actually bought way too much food for like the whole like
We did.
7
It's all
people that were anyway. So we cooked or whatever. Well, he's running because he had just gotten the thumper part of it resoldered at Maggie Valley by Big Easy, and he was running a vinegar run. And at the very end of it, when he turned it off, he heard like a pop. And he's like, God damn it, no, what? Oh, gosh, this ruins everything. The whole point of even getting this cabin was to run it off of this mountain stream because we were right next to a creek. Right next to a creek, he had the pump set up. We literally went to Lowe's the day before to make sure that we had the right spigot, everything.
Just so you know, Terry, my heating element popped.
It popped, yeah. That's what the pop was. He thought maybe like when he turned it off, like maybe something happened, but he brought it out just clear as day.
I was at the very end of my cleaning run with vinegar and water.
Yeah.
That's what I just said. I was like, what the fuck? And so Cassie, she did the research. We found a heating element. We went to Lowe's.
Oh, no. You're shortening the story now. We did not just go to Lowe's.
I didn't want to go on and on.
I think that the element ended up getting exposed is what happened. To be honest. Because the way it snapped reminded me of how I watched a deep fryer's heating element snapped in half when it got exposed.
Maybe.
It could have just been bad. Whatever. You used it a lot. Yeah.
Either or, it doesn't matter.
Anyways, he's running around the cabin. He's like, "No, we can't do it. It's ruined. We can't do it. It's ruined." And I was like, how about we just go to Lowe's? And I found a heating element. And he's like, well, what if it's not long? What if it's too long? Because it can't be long and blah, blah, blah. So he ended up,
we got the last one they had.
No. Where did we go beforehand? Whose shop did we go to?
We went to,
Jerry.
Jerry. Yeah, we went to Jerry. Yeah. And Jerry told us that, Jerry told us the minimum wattage and minimum voltage we should be doing for the size keg that we had. And so we went there, we got the last heating element. We got back and actually, no, we didn't even get back. We actually went over to the tool section and used the tools without buying them to crack off all the glue.
It was funny as hell because I didn't have the tools that I needed to convert, right? So we're in Lowe's. And I grabbed their tools and I'm using their tools to convert this thing over without buying the tools. So fuck it. We're going to use these tools, grab the wrenches, whatever we needed. We got it. We made it work. Okay, we're good. Let's go back to the cabin.
We get back and he's trying to put it together. He's like, it's not going to work. I can't get it. The thread's wrong because the thread was wrong. The threading was definitely very wrong. But he's like, I was trying to unscrew it for him, and he's like, don't unscrew it by the heating element. And I said, too bad. And then I re-screwed it with the heating element. Anyways, the run happened, but it was hilarious just to watch him freaking out.
At the end of the day, the run, we did a Huckleberry Shine, and it turned out great. It really did. And everybody was very impressed with it at the end of the day, but it took so much shit. We went through so much shit to get there. We finally got there and did it. But at the end of the day, the Huckleberry Shine turned out great.
Yeah, it's really good.
And I can say that we did a run of Moonshine in Maggie Valley. Done it. So,
You know, it's really funny about that whole situation though. So in my research of looking for like how to do like heating elements and what I should do or anything like that, guess what I hopped upon?
Hard telling.
Just guess. Just guess. You remember the next morning when you woke up screaming again? Gosh darn it! He's freaking out because he had to get over to where North Georgia Stills was staying because he had to drop off his other thumper to get the tri clamps replaced on it or whatever, and he couldn't figure it out. Well, come to find out, they were staying in the same place that all of Moonshine Militia was staying, so it worked out or whatever. But North Georgia Stills has on their website a whole page on heating elements and which ones to use for different sizes and things.
but they didn't have them there with them at the time.
But we didn't ask them. We didn't think to ask them because they literally sell the heating element, the whole electrical component kits. They sell the variable control module with the heating element. So they have a whole guide on how to choose your heating elements and where to place them.
Being said, we would not have found the huckleberry, right?
No, we went there first.
No, the huckleberry would not have found until we knew everything was in place. The huckleberry was the key factor in what we were going to run, and the huckleberry turned out phenomenal. It really did.
We went to a over in Maggie Valley, like on the very outskirts on the west side. They had like a little produce
Fruit
stand, if you will. Yeah. And so we were looking for something that was grown there. And they had just walls of jams, like just like there. And so he was looking through them and he was like, oh, let's do this one. And it was like huckleberry. Because in our cabin, there's a thing that says,
thank you,
I'm your huckleberry or huckle.
We stayed at the huckleberry cabin.
Huckleberry, yeah.
And they had a sign with the actor. I can't think of the actor's name right now, but it showed his picture and it says, I'm your huckleberry. So it ended up being perfect, right? So we had huckleberry moonshine.
Who's the guy that says it? He doesn't say, I'll be your huckleberry, though, right?
No, actually, a lot of people
We're
don't
too
know
drunk
that.
for this. We're too drunk for this.
No, we're not. A lot of
No,
people
man.
just don't know this, but when you're a pallbearer for a funeral, you're the hucklebearer.
Bearer.
Because you're holding the bearers, the handles, to the coffin. You're a hucklebearer. You're holding the hucklebearers.
It's a quote from Tombstone where Doc says, I'm your huckle bearer.
And everybody rephrases that to huckleberry, and it's not. But we'll go with it.
It's a Val Kilmer thing.
Yes, you're right.
How about if we do a shot and then I got to get going?
Sounds good to me, Lisa. I'm with you.
And I don't
Always
have
up for
any
a
more
shot.
This
shots.
peach cobbler is just fantastic. That's my favorite.
I'm glad you love it,
Oh my
sweetie.
gosh. I can't wait for when I make everything that I'm going to make because I'm going to make clear stuff, post stuff. I'm going to send it all to you. I'll be like, here's little samples of everything. And I hope that it doesn't taste like crap and it doesn't kill everybody, but everyone's going to taste it. So
I'll tell you this, my personal experience. When you do your first run, you're so proud that you did a run of moonshine. And 9 times out of 10, it's like shit.
oh, for sure. That's why I'm going to put like little like handwritten notes in everybody's little thing like, thank you for drinking my crap.
Elixir.
Sorry.
Boom.
I like the fact that she said, "I just hope he didn't kill you."
I know about the 4 shots.
Yeah,
Let's hope I run with it the correct way.
This kills you. You don't know me.
that's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, it makes you go blind. It wasn't me.
Oh, my bad.
My
I
bad.
tried to mask the flavor with some peaches, but I don't think it'll be terrible. I know that the rice has been just doing its
I've
thing
told the
very
story
slowly, but
many times when I started first making moonshine. I told the story many times about how I thought my shit was the shit. Oh, fuck yeah, I made moonshine. Hell yeah, this is great. And I went to my brother's the first year I made moonshine. I gave out quarts, jars for Christmas. It was Christmas gifts. Hey, Morgan's a moonshine. Here you
my
go.
boyfriend got one of these, by the way.
Well, about 3 years later, I go to my brother's. He said, "Hey, we're
Good
this
night,
shot.
Lisa.
What's this shot?" He
You good time.
opens the liquor cabinet, and I see all these bottles of Morgan's moonshine sitting there. I'm like, dude, I didn't see y'all. I didn't give you that many bottles of moonshine. How do you got all these bottles of moonshine? He started laughing. He said, "Man, I gotta be honest with you." I said, "What? What the fuck? How you got all these bottles?" He said that first year you started making moonshine, you came over for Christmas and gave us everybody bottles of moonshine. He said, everybody left here. They gave me your bottles of moonshine because it tastes like crap.
Yep. Lisa's going to bed.
And
Say
I
good
thought
night.
I thought it was the shit. I did, you know.
Mark,
So I told him, I said, "Well, give me all those bottles back. I'll rerun it."
Mark, focus.
I
She's
am.
going to bed.
Good night, Lisa.
Tell her good night.
Love you, Lisa. Good night, sweetheart.
Love you too, Terry. It was fun.
Good
Any-
night. I think he's
Cherry,
He
I'm
typing.
gonna call it a night as well. We're in this for 3 hours and 41 minutes. Dude, it's a pleasure having you, and I hope to have you back soon. And I hope you keep following, sir.
good night, drum and song.
It's been a pleasure.
He says, "Why are we still up?
He's still
Anytime, sire, you have another child. You're collecting children's now. You're a Big Easy's dad. You're mine's. You're his."
All right, Terry.
Okay.
Terry, it's absolutely been a pleasure, sir. I'm going to call it a night. We'll sign off. I hope we connect soon, and we'll make it happen. Good night,
All
everybody.
right. Good night.